Okay, so we got to take a second to talk about this Nerporial life form guy. In my life, I have never seen more shit takes ever. The mouth breathing pulled you into a scene. I mean, what is happening with this guy? What is happening here?
Have you even read the fucking book, Nerdporial?
Being out of touch with reality the last several minutes has made humanity as a whole dumber than these book-burning shills.
How does he call himself a Wheel of Time fan? I mean, how slow does this dude read? He's been reading The Shadow Rising for about 2.5 years.
Fuck.
You Chicago dipshit motherfucker.
Get over yourself.
What is going on?
Last time on Revisiting the Wheel of Time.
Hard to rise my that no one could see the door.
Or see through it, or whatever it is. So it's this weird kind of anomaly. This is like a Star Trek Voyager episode for the first 3 seasons. Like,
It's a Stargate.
2/3 of those episodes, some weird anomaly, trying to figure out what fucking happened.
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. But Rand and Aviendha are creeping up. Rand knows enough about the Shan-Shan to know that the Demoni are the danger.
Familiar Christian stuff that the prophet was saying, like especially I was thinking the Hail Mary when he says, "Oh, Nynaeve, you are was it gifted? No, blessed among women, all that."
Okay, so we got to take a second to talk about this Nerporial life form guy. In my life, I have never seen more shit takes ever. The mouth breathing pulled you into a scene. I mean, what is happening with this guy? What is happening here?
Have you even read the fucking book, Nerdporial?
Being out of touch with reality the last several minutes has made humanity as a whole dumber than these book-burning shills.
How does he call himself a Wheel of Time fan? I mean, how slow does this dude read? He's been reading The Shadow Rising for about 2.5 years.
Fuck.
You Chicago dipshit motherfucker.
Get over yourself.
What is going on?
Last time on Revisiting the Wheel of Time.
Hard to rise my that no one could see the door.
Or see through it,
Or
or whatever it is. So it's this weird kind of anomaly. This is like a Star Trek Voyager episode for the first 3 seasons. Like,
It's a Stargate.
2/3 of those episodes, some weird anomaly, trying to figure out what fucking happened.
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. But Rand and Aviendha are creeping up. Rand knows enough about the Shan-Shan to know that the Demoni are the danger.
Familiar Christian stuff that the prophet was saying, like especially I was thinking the Hail Mary when he says, "Oh, Nynaeve, you are was it gifted? No, blessed among women, all that."
What's up, everybody? Excuse me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the final Fires of Heaven book club book stream. So, luckily, I was able to get some people back for, well, let's just say, who I haven't seen in a while. So let's start with, we got the one and the only smoking a pipe right now. Got Nathan came back for this finale. I was like, I need you, Nathan. Yep. I need you, even though I wrote otherwise, but I'm like, I need you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. This is probably easily top 3 of the series for me. It is, for me, an absolute barn burner of a finish. Has probably one of the more gut-punching, kind of heart-wrenching endings in the series. That just, it grips. I dig it.
Nice. I do have my own takes. If you guys haven't watched my Chilporio with Pips, I actually finished the book that day, and I had my initial takes with him, and should watch it. It's entertaining because it's a lot of arguing. So I'll just say that. But Nathan, thank you for being here. I can't wait to talk about this with you. Maybe this will even elevate my feelings for this even further. We'll find out. And we have another guest. He is not just Mexican. He's technically Mexican.
Yeah, it's less.
3/8, right? 3/8.
It's a technicality, baby. So
I
get all of the benefits of the diversity without any of the negatives.
Yeah, so you're literally diversity guest right now.
I'll let you decide what the positives are and what the negatives are.
Well, but you're more Mexican than a certain senator is Indian.
Oh yeah.
And we won't go any further with that. But we technically Mexican. Thank you for being here. So Alex, so Dane will not be here today. Pips will not be here today. Prophet might be a little late. Alex, I don't know. Alex, where are you? Come back. So, but I want to say hello to the chat before we go any further. So we got start with the earliest. We got Miss Martin Muses came by. We got CLS chat alt. We got, I don't know who this guy is, some man of them Nephirin or something. We've got Thumb Maryland.
Some book shill.
Got CLS Studio, I think the same guy. Technically something, I don't know who that is. Aldan, I did send you a link. I don't know if you're free. You got an open invite. Got Molinaire, what's up? Just finished one of my favorite books in the series. Oh, this is gonna be you're gonna enjoy the stream. We got Steven Doran 1003. What's up? Louise X Sparrow, and we got LPK member, and then oh my gosh, we got Alpha Chad of Middle Earth here. So what's up, Baynor? And and
15 of 89 straight days of working, dude. That sucks.
That's nuts. That's crazy. And we got Alex is right here. What's up, Alex?
What?
Are you trying? I think he's talking through a pillow.
Can't hear you. You sound like you're being smothered.
I hear you now.
A little bit. Say something.
1, 2, 3.
Nope.
I mean, it sounds like he's talking through a sack at the bottom of a river.
Sorry. Not mocking you, Alex. Not mocking you.
He's a Kenny from South Park.
Tell you what, I'll be back in an hour, boys.
Okay. Oh my God, they got Alex, you bastards. So, all right. So technically Mexican.
Yeah.
What's your take on you have any opening thoughts on the finale of the Fires of Heaven?
It's the best book in the series, and the finale is wonderful. I mean, I mean, the last half of this book is just great. It started picking up in the third quarter with all the stuff that happened last week with Brigitta getting bonded and all that junk, and then this one you start off with the assault on it's not Camelin, it's
Kyrian,
right? I listen to the audiobooks, so it's harder to remember the names.
Yeah.
I mean, you start with the assault on Kyrian. You get some of the best Matt chapters of the series. He kills Couladin off screen, and this book just it's like a giant snowball rolling down a hill, and it like explodes at the bottom. And from your grunts and grins, it sounds like you didn't enjoy the book.
We'll get to that. We'll talk about it. I did. I had a nice little heated conversation with Pips on Thursday, so definitely watch that show. Poor you guys will have a blast. I say something, and Pips like, nope, you're wrong. You're wrong.
I mean,
you're wrong,
look,
nerd.
This book's got something for everybody. You know, it's got strong female characters. It's got girl bosses. It's got guy bosses. It's got guys putting girl bosses in their places. It's got a little bit of BDSM with Mogideon or Mogadine, depending on who's narrating the book, which chapter it is.
Great writing is Mogadine. I say Mogadine based on the pronunciation in the glossary. So
right. No, but in the audiobook, it's pronounced like 7 different ways.
Yeah, well, I know.
Yeah, he reads as Mogideon, and she's always Mogadine.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we'll definitely can't wait to talk these final chapters with you. And we got some more guests here. So we have the man, the myth, the legend down under, Eldan. What's up, Eldan? Thanks for being here.
Good. G'day, mate. How you going?
What are your thoughts on the conclusion of the Fires of Heaven?
Well, it's funny actually. It is a good ending. I think I just heard Tex-Mex say this is your favorite book in the series. Is that right?
No,
this is the best one.
It's not my favorite. I think it's the best book in the series.
I think it's the best book.
My favorite is 2.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I love
The Great Hunt.
The Great Hunt.
I love The Great Hunt. I love The Great Hunt. Now that's my favorite.
But that's a personal preference. Like I can understand structurally, like this book is probably the best written.
You like the structure. That's interesting. It's not mine. It's I like this book. I don't love it, but I like it.
The structure. You have to explain that. You have to. We'll explain. We'll get to that. So sorry, Eldan. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're right, man. But like me and Max just because I'm reading this book with Max right at the moment, my son, and we just hit the igloo scene with the Avienda, and he's a bit like you, nerd man. He's sort of struggling with it through it at this time. Like he likes the parts where, like I think I said this last time I was on, like Gareth Bryn sort of chasing Swan through Amadisha. He loves that sort of stuff. He thinks that's hilarious, but he kind of gets pretty bored with some of it, to be honest. So
how old is he?
He's 13. So yeah.
Well, so the menagerie is painful shit.
Nah, he doesn't mind the menagerie. It's interesting. It's funny. He gets pretty bored by most of the girl stuff, right? But Nynaeve, he thinks it's funny because she's angry, which is true. And so he gets through that okay. But yeah, it's interesting. I think he's having a similar sort of experience to you, nerd man, just quietly from what I have seen of your reaction so far. But I do like the ending of this book. It was funny listening to you talk to Pips about it the other day, man. I don't know if you've gone back and read it again, like the last stanza since then, but I would recommend that.
I listened to the audio. I listened to the audio of that, and I did a comparison. I listened to the audio of the end of Dragon Reborn to see maybe I'm just becoming a sourpuss or something like that.
True, yeah.
But let's just say my opinion of the finale did improve, but it might be my least favorite.
Yeah. Did you find it messy?
It was confusing, and it just didn't feel satisfying. Maybe if there was some dialogue, maybe if Ravine said something, tried to goad Rand into doing something, lead him into a trap, say, "Oh, I know something. I was always better," something like that. Something to get the blood. It was just came off as kind of boring and confusing. And then he's dead, and I was just like, "Yay, he's dead." He wasn't a bad enough bad guy for me to get, to be satisfied. Now the end of Dragon Reborn was awesome. I was listening to him fighting Bilal, and then him going after Balsamon, and then the way that ended, the way the Great Hunt ended. So this is a step down compared to. Now I'm not saying this is a bad book. But these books are stepping down compared to the first three. The first three felt very consistent, felt very interesting. I still like quite a few parts of the Fires of Heaven. The name is awesome. Like the name, the Fires of Heaven, is it's a sick name. But everything I've read so far should have been called the Forked Lightning Bolts of Heaven.
Yeah. I think that's valid, man. For me, I'm looking forward to reading the end of this book again with Max when I get there. It is confusing. I do remember it's hard because you have to sort of like try and remember back to when you first read the book. Is the best way to have like a conversation with you the first time reader about it, right? It's not so much, this is what I think now that I've read it 50 times and I know everything about everything. I'm not sure that's really helpful for you, to be honest. So like trying to remember like back when I was reading it for the first time, I was a pretty young man. But I can relate to what you're saying, right? Like I don't even think that I picked up the time reversal, right? The first time I read the book, and it was pretty confusing. So I don't think you're like I don't think you're crazy for thinking that, mate.
It was a misread. I literally misread that paragraph. So the only character I was worried about was Asmodean. I was not worried about Avienda. So when they all got struck by lightning, I assumed Matt and Avienda weren't dead. And then they come back anyways.
It said he saw Matt's smoldering boots with like his ankles sticking out of them. Pips pointed that out, and I went and double checked during the stream, and yes, absolutely correct. But when I read that, I was assuming they were simply knocked out. It was more of a it's because I know ultimately that they both survive. Spoilers. And so I just didn't see them. I didn't see, and then they came back anyway. So, but what made that final part more powerful when he's like, "Oh, you're alive" and all that. I was listening to it. I was like, "Okay." I didn't get this the first time. So, in a sense, hearing that was a major improvement compared to my initial read. So that was me. Maybe I was tired, but I obviously misread. I misinterpreted the paragraph.
I don't think you're on your Pat Malone there, mate. Like like I said, I can remember probably breezing past that my first read because I was just fully invested in Rand, right? Like when I was a young fella, fully invested. I didn't really give a shit about anything except for what Rand was doing. So like if everyone else got exploded by lightning, I'd just what's going on with Rand in the dream? You know what I mean? That's what my brain was focused on. So I understand that.
Oh, by the way, we got another guest. We have the Prophet of the Dragon himself. We finally meet. Sorry for keeping you waiting, man.
No, you're good, man. Stuff's been wild. Sorry. How's it going? I thought I heard something about Raven not being a bad enough bad guy.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to push back
on
against
my
that.
soda, and it did. I'm sort of confused because Raven's the only one that actually won, and they had to cheat to defeat him. Raven won, and they cheated. So I mean Raven took over the capital city. Raven took
Raven's
over
a
Andor.
Sexual predator, man. How is that not a good bad guy?
Well, hold on. Raven took over Andor, the most powerful kingdom of the world, maybe besides for Shan-Chan. He killed Matt and Avienda, and he did it all without having to strike a single blow to do it. He took over Andor by just manipulating its queen skillfully and just taking over. So,
and he tricked Rand and caught him.
Maybe
if it weren't for Nynaeve, he'd be dead.
Exactly, they cheated. Raven won, and they cheated to undo it. So it's one of those. It's like, is he in there throwing balefire back and forth, destroying shit? No, but he is the only one probably in the whole series that tactically won by just being smart and making good decisions.
I don't think that's what Nerdman's talking about when he says that he's not his favorite villain. Like compared to the build up that you get with Balsamon, which is a fair call, man. Like the build up and the dialogue that you have from Balsamon.
Well, they're different.
Other people.
I mean, if Raven was Balsamon, then
Raven's
Balsamon.
Raven is more of a slow build. He's been not the focus this whole time, but he's slowly been looming over Camelin for like the last three books, and he's done horrible things to.
Not really, no. Not really. All we know is that all we know is that he tried to have Elaine killed. He sent that assassin in the Dragon Reborn. We know that he's been using what do you call it? Compulsion.
Yeah. So that's the ultimate evil for me. If you take away someone's free will, like that's the ultimate evil.
Could be worse. So I just didn't feel
he's puppeting Morghese around.
Okay.
He's been puppeting Morghese around the whole, Morghese is being completely manipulated the whole time. And she's just like, yes, Gabriel, yeah, I love you. Yeah, let's hop on the sack. And then she's like, she doesn't even know what's happening to her until she finally does. But by that time, it's too late. He took the crown jewel of Ranland without fighting, with nothing. He just took it, and
I thought there was room for more villainy. Honestly,
why? But why? No, I'm not, and I get that, but why? Why do every I don't like?
He's selfish.
Not looking. He's not looking to what did he need to start murdering and blowing shit up? He accomplished what he needed to, and then he won. And then he won. He tricked Rand and killed Matt and killed Avienda, and then they cheated. So, how is he supposed to defend against that? It's one of those I don't know. It's I don't know what the bad guy is supposed to do other than that.
Bad guy's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to. I'm supposed to be invested in our good guys. I'm reading this. I feel like Rand is the bigger villain. I feel like Rand. Rand, this is not interesting. I want Rand to be like you said. I didn't feel that he was in trouble based on reading this. As far as I'm concerned, he was just hunting him, and then Nynaeve just happened to show up, shot her with Moghedien, and they shot the fire, and then they were dead.
He missed. So it's one of those because he missed his shot. The trap was for Rand. Matt went through first. It hit Matt, which still would equal victory. But of course, Rand's hunting him at that point. He's pissed off.
Well, but he's already gotten information confirmed by Matt himself. Matt is the first one who realized this dude's a dark friend. And he's told that to Rand, and Rand is thinking in the back of his mind, okay, look, I love Elaine, and I'm planning on helping his mom. And before he can do so, he gets message that this guy who's been abusing, stealing power and abusing this woman has now killed her.
Plus he's feeling guilty. Rand's feeling guilty.
Yeah, he's super guilty.
And he loves Elaine, and he can't work out this conflict in his mind. That makes sense.
It's his thing about not killing women. He feels personally responsible for her death, for Moraine's death, and for the Queen's death.
I see.
And then for Avienda and Matt's death. Avienda and Matt are dead because of him too at that point.
Yes, I completely misread that when I was.
He can't boink Avienda anymore. I'd be pissed. She's the best one.
Yeah.
Wait, Avienda's the best one. Are you smoking crack? Wait a second. Min is the best one.
You're a Min soy boy.
Fires of Heaven is also not the best book, so that's okay. You can be wrong a few times. It's okay. Oh, by the way, real quick, hold on. I have to bring it to attention. Brandon Sanderson just made $17 million just now. just okay, continue.
Because he wrote another secret book.
Yeah, exactly.
And he made money for indie authors by fixing Audible's bloody contract situation as well. God bless him. Look, I think what Nerdman is saying, Steve, and I think it's valid, is that there's not a great deal of like showing what Raven's about, like for the whole book, and then at the end, it's all about this big confrontation with Raven.
I understand that. I understand that, but that's not the game. But that's not the like. Okay,
there's 13 of them.
Hold on. I get it. I get it, and it's one of those. Balsamon is more Nerdporeal's type of bad guy, and that's cool. Balsamon's everybody's types of bad guy. Balsamon is awesome.
We get it. Nerdporeal likes balls.
That is not what Robin. Robin's not out front, like doing that. So like I doubt. So Nerdporeal's. He's not gonna like Samael.
Well, he might because he's a bit.
Samael does the same thing. No, Samael does the same thing. Only like Samuel's worse, but like.
Yes. But there's exposition with Samael, right? So this one, like this might be a good litmus test for you to see, like in the future, like of whether or not Nerdman connects the dots with Samael's story a little bit better than with Raven's, because there is exposition that.
So let me just throw this out there without trying to spoil anything. By the end of Lords of Chaos, Nerdporeal will be a Mazrim Taim guy.
Yeah.
Everyone's a Mazrim Taim guy.
Well, I mean, why not? But I'm just saying, Mazrim Taim is more Balsamon.
Yeah, he's more.
Robin is working in the shadows and manipulating from. Even though he's the second most powerful person on the planet, third, I guess, behind Rand. You got Rand and Morndon, or I'm sorry, Rand and Balsamon. And then Ravian. So, but that's not how he uses his power. He uses it, behind the shadows. So like, conniving, working in the shadows and trapping is just not his style, which is fine. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot going on, and he's the only one that killed anybody. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but I mean, he's the only one. He's Raven was the.
I think,
in fact, probably Raven was the most effective Forsaken in the series. Honestly,
doesn't Cimarron end up killing a lot of people too? Just not anyone important.
I feel there could have been more. There could have been more Raven, and I just feel like this is a wasted opportunity. I feel like there could have been more to it. I would like to learn more about Raven. I would love to hear him goad Rand into a trap or something like that. I would prefer to hear some dialogue.
Why he got him to come into his trap without doing anything. He did goad him into a trap. That's what the whole thing was. He goaded them into Caemlyn. That's exactly what his plan was. Only Matt triggered it, not Rand. If Rand goes through first, Raven really wins.
Yeah, there was two traps too.
Yeah. I think the only thing that was missing in terms of the narrative, in terms of explaining what trap he was goaded into, is when Moghedion's revealing that to Nynaeve in Teleron Riot, is if she described it a little more, but outside of that,
what Nerdporeal needed a scene with Robin where he's talking to one of his underlings, and the underling screws up, and then Robin kills his henchman, and then he would have been a more interesting bad guy.
I mean, I guess honestly, hold on. Like the more interesting conversation, like if Moghedion didn't slip the beans right to Nynaeve, then it's over. Like it's still
how did she even know? Like this just happened. Like they just found out. Like
she knows where Raven's base of power is.
Yeah.
Well, how'd she know about Rand going after him? That's how Nynaeve was.
Well, she was going under the assumption that Rand would take the bait, because they kind of know,
because that wasn't part of the four. That wasn't part of their plan. Their plan was him to attack Samael, not Robin. So how'd they find out about Robin? How'd she find out about it? I mean, I know she's a spider and all that, but this happened in the real world. It just didn't happen until around Riyadh.
I need to read it, so I'm not sure. I can't answer that, to be honest. So.
It's that was just a. I mean, it's a nitpick. That's just a question I have. I'm sure there's an answer somewhere. sure somebody can answer it.
I thought Nynaeve told her.
Yeah.
No, she told Moghedien told Nynaeve. That's how Nynaeve knew to go to Camelin to assist Rand. Which I thought, honestly, I thought that wasn't bad. I thought that was an interesting thing. One thing I did like was that they kind of brought both storylines, because this is Fires of Heaven is basically Rand and Nynaeve. So all that stuff with Suwan doesn't count, or Men or something. But they brought those two storylines together, and I thought that was interesting. I thought her linking up with Moghedien or leashing her with the Adam and all that. I thought that was very interesting. One thing I did like how they
doses her with fork root in her dreams.
Yeah. So can I actually? So hold on, I need to pose a quick, because I feel like if you didn't know about certain things and you were reading this for the first time, do you think the ending would have landed different for you? Because you've learned about Balefire, you knew Balefire was going to get thrown around at the end. So
that was obvious. That was obvious from the first chapter.
You breeze. It's not. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, yes, it is.
It's obvious that Rand's going to turn back time to revive Matt and Avienda in the first chapter.
I've read 5 Robert Jordan. I've read 5 Robert Jordan books. I kind of know where
you're saying it's obvious because you knew the answer, though, bud.
In chapter 6 with the Darkhounds, and then Lanfear shows up and tells them that Ravin's is the one that's running Camelin. It was obvious at that point. Same chapter where
you're saying that Moraine Balefiring Darkhounds makes it obvious that Raven's going to use Balefire.
Moraine didn't do it. Rand did, and in that same chapter where we learn quite a bit about Balefire. We learn quite a bit about Balefire. It goes back in time, but the memory still exists. And then later in that same chapter, Lanfear shows up and tells him that, Ravin is the one that sent the Darkhounds and is in Camelin right now. So, So I felt it was obvious at that point that that it was going to be used against Ravin, because I knew Ravin was going to be the bad guy based on the fact that we got chapters with him in the beginning of this book that Camelin was going to be some focus. Samael was not the focus, even though we got misdirected throughout the book. Samael and the was it the 9 Bees or something, and the Golden Bees or something like that. It obviously the focus wasn't on him; it was on Ravin. So obviously Ravin was going to be the big bad at the end. So
yeah, well, it wasn't too obvious because you did miss it the first time through, right? So it can't have been that obvious.
I missed some details, yeah, but I knew that was coming. I knew that was going to come. So
yeah, that's fair enough. I guess that's fair enough. Some people call that foreshadowing. It's the same with we get Matt with his getting his arm or whatever in the fight earlier as well. It had to be turned back by Moraine. That's good foreshadowing for the end there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yep.
But yeah, it was an okay fight. It didn't really wow me. I felt like I read something equivalent, and like you said, there were things that were different. Yeah, there was a Rand guy. I guess Rand did get ensnared. I'll have to read that again. I kind of missed it because I know he got lured by was it a weave or something? You guys remember what was the trap?
Oh, I was actually just reading that. It was just wards that Robin had set around Camelin as part of his trap in Camelin. He set wards around so that if anybody channels around there, he's going to know.
He had a ring security system.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what caused the lightning that struck and killed Matt.
He channeled the lightning.
He channeled the lightning. It was wards to alert him when channeling happened in Camelin,
and where so he could just blast it.
Right. So I think Raven assumed it was made the assumption that it was Rand coming through and blasted and missed and hit Matt.
So in the conversation with Moghedien and Nynaeve, Moghedien says, "Remember that I know much that would be useful to you. I have observed other chosen peeking into other schemes. Is that not worth something? Lanfear, Grendel, Ravin, and Samael are plotting together." Do you know that they are drawing Randolph Thor to attack Samael? But when he does, he'll find others as well waiting to trap him between them. At least he'll find Grendel and Ravine. And I think Lanfear plays another game, but others know nothing. That one the others know nothing about. Conversation goes on.
Shit! We get to have the good conversation. Sorry.
Sorry. And she says, and that is if he lives long enough to find them. And then later, after Nynaeve threatens her some more, it says words spilled from Moghedien's mouth and her tongue flickered out to wet her lips continue, because at this point she's just scared shitless and she's willing to say anything. But she has to tell the truth because she's still got the collar on. And she says Althor means to go after Ravine today. So she knows this because I think her spiders are in the web.
In his camp.
Yeah, right. Well, that and like you have the one chick that tried to kill Matt who was working for Samael. So there's a spy.
They've all got
there. That one kind of took me by surprise. That one took
Melinda, did she? Yep.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden she attacks. I think she attacks Matt because she's like, "Oh, we're gonna march out against Samael or something." Or I forgot exactly why.
Yeah. Right. That must have been her. That was their time.
And he didn't. And I mean, it continues the whole. Matt and Rand don't want to kill women. I feel. I mean, based on how many female characters survive in the Wheel of Time, because I kind of looked. I kind of wonder if that's kind of how Robert Jordan was too when he wrote most female characters, that he just didn't want to kill them off.
Want to hurt him.
Like I know like some of the characters have fates even worse than death, in my opinion. Especially some of the Aes Sedai,
Yeah, I just think he just didn't like violence against women, which is a really good thing.
I think that was definitely a character kind of a self-insertion of morality that he had.
Unless it's Leandrin. Then all bets are off.
But
no one feels bad for Leandrin.
So I'm trying to remember what happened. So Leandrin basically got shielded by Moghedien. She tried one last ditch effort to attack Moghedien after Moghedien got shot by Brigida.
Yeah, and compulsion to obliteration. Yeah,
that's girl on girl, but that's probably acceptable.
Is Leandrin just like off the grid now, or is she still going to be like a thing later?
You'll see her later.
Read and find out. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see her later, and she's getting exactly what she deserves. That's all I can say. Yeah,
100%.
I'm very curious about the because this is the end of this book. I don't know about you guys, but basically dominated a lot of the theory crafting threads when I was back on bulletin boards.
Yeah,
the ending sequence of this book, I think, dominated every different theory about who done it. So I'm very curious. Yeah. I'm very curious to hear what Nerporio has to say, and if he gets it right, I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit.
So I don't know if you want to jump there yet, but that's
we can jump there. Let's
the who killed Asmodean?
Who did it?
Asmodean, the who killed Asmodean debate. I think.
So has this question ever been answered?
Oh yes, yeah. Robert Jordan answered it very badly and incorrectly, in my opinion, because
which is hilarious.
Well, Robert Jordan never really.
So Robert Jordan
never write.
So Robert Jordan baited the whole fan base through the whole series, going, "I find it quite obvious. I don't know how you guys don't understand what it is. It's quite obvious." And then he gives you the answer, and it's not quite obvious at all. It's actually complete bullshit. So So I'm curious. Because there is no way to insinuate who did it, except for some very minor, tiny bullshit. It still makes no sense to this day to me. But I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to ruin it. But
what do you think, Deadman? What do you think? What's your best guess, man? What's your
I mean, Lanfear's gone, so it's not her. Robin's gone, so it's not him.
Is she gone? She's in a doorway. I don't know that she's
Yeah,
dead.
she's in a doorway. So is Moraine.
What do the Finns do in the doorway?
I guess we've seen someone go through the doorway. Hey, so
Yeah, but because Lan can't feel her anymore, and then the letters, Rand, the letter Moraine says that she's gone, and so is Lanfear.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's for sure. So you reckon it can't be Robin and it can't be Lanfear? All right.
I mean, I did start reading the prologue of Lord of Chaos, the first part.
It is not told in the book. The only reason we know who killed him is because Robert Jordan told us.
Of course. Yeah, that's kind of why I kind of gave up. That's kind of why I didn't even really. I was actually disappointed that Asmodean died, because my favorite, probably some of my favorite chapters in this book was Rand talking to Asmodean. I really enjoyed those conversations.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I'm guessing Mazrim Taim is gonna kind of fill in that teacher, that Saidin teacher hole or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. He teaches them a lot of things.
So I'm actually looking forward to the next Lord of Chaos because of that, and I know that the Black Tower is going to be a thing, and I know that the ending of the next book is not going to be a Chase the Forsaken thing. So, which I'm kind of sick of already. So
wait. So what now?
Yeah.
The end of Lord of Chaos is not going to be what? Chase the Forsaken.
Chase the Forsaken.
Yeah. But yeah.
You're
wanting it to change it up a little bit, which is fair enough.
I'm 100% on board. I did not like Asmodean's death.
It was just hey, oh no, not you, and he died. I'm like,
it would have been so much more impactful if Rand got him for at least 2 books and then he gets killed off. Maybe I would have kept him in for 3. Because it was just like their dynamic was just getting good.
I was curious if if Asmodean could have possibly been redeemed. He had enough time to be redeemed, and then he saves Rand, or maybe he betrays him. Maybe he never really changes.
That's why it makes it interesting why he's dead now, because he's on the edge of redemption. He just said, "Man, maybe there's parts where he's talking to himself." Maybe this guy can actually pull this off. Yeah. Maybe I am on the right side. Maybe I need to fully commit myself to this, because holy shit, he's doing it. Maybe this is the guy. Maybe whether it's redemption or not, survival. He went from going, man, there's no way I'm surviving, to wow, Rand's doing it, to then, oh shit, I'm dead.
Right. Well, and how that could have come into play with too is that gradual shielding from Lanfear wore off, or how much of that extra did it wear off since Lanfear's gone.
I do like what his death introduces. I just feel like he should have been around for a little bit longer, because what I don't like is that you get the letter from Moraine saying, hey, be careful of Asmodean, because he's still the bad guy he was, and then the next chapter he's dead. You're like, okay, well, now we don't get to...
Well, but then,
we don't get the tease of like, hey, is he on your side or not?
But then you get the chapters of Rand wondering.
Yeah.
Because Rand don't know.
There's no way as well. Like, there's no, Rand needed to be alone. Yeah.
Well, he learned enough. He learned enough, and now he's making more mistakes and learning stuff on his own. I think some of the coolest things ever is when LTT takes over and starts freaking all of a sudden new weaves show up, and it's like,
okay, then.
Whoa.
So here's my argument then. Keep him around for one more book, because then
you can't.
No. Because then
end of Lords of Chaos never happens if he's around.
Yeah. Or it happens too late.
It can't happen.
No, but then you have Rand wondering whether or not he was involved.
I still
come on, that could have been. Come on, think about it for 2 seconds. That could have been good. That could have been good.
He operates through the rest of the series almost wondering if Asmodean is going to pop out of a gateway and off him, because he thinks he's still on the table. So he thinks he straight up betrayed. He doesn't know whether he's dead, if he left him, if he betrayed him, if somebody it's.
But
thinking of it from Rand's
know.
aspect, well, we know, but thinking from Rand as a character, he thinks he's Asmodean's been in his life. He Asmodean knows everything about him. And Asmodean was probably on the top of the list because of how much time he's spent with him, right? So I get what you're saying, like a little bit more Asmodean teacher, Miyagi-Do karate would have been fine, but
have him disappear halfway.
That could have worked
halfway in the next book.
Yeah,
and then Rand is going to be extra paranoid.
Well, so that halfway through the book, in between all the Aes Sedai shenanigans, you could wonder if the Aes Sedai grabbed him or something like that, or that somebody figured out he was a channeler. And
it would have been better. I'm right.
I don't know if it's better.
I'm right.
It's okay.
Admit it.
No.
Well, I like the impact of it.
Well, you said Fire the Heavens is the best, so
But I think the impact of this is a 1-2 punch. He's lost right at this point in time his two biggest influences in terms of his recent development. He's lost his teacher in the power, and he's lost his teacher in battle with Lan and Asmodean, and he's on a fucking island, and it's just what's he doing? And he's lost a guiding light with Moiraine.
Well, and also, what does that also do? It makes him more. It starts turning him more from rock to iron to steel. It's not that he lost Moiraine or lost Asmodean in a battle. Asmodean disappeared. He thinks he's been betrayed. He doesn't think that he's dead. I mean, it's a possibility, but it's another thing to make Rand more hard. Like,
so the next going forward, Asmodean's simply missing.
Yep, he's just gone.
It's a great.
Nobody knows what happened to him.
He's just missing.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what happened to him. Not even the Forsaken. Nobody knows what happened to Asmodean. He's just gone.
Nobody knows what was his body like.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. He's just gone.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Rand doesn't know. The Forsaken don't know. Nobody knows where Asmodean's at.
Well,
he's gone.
Who did you think it was?
Do you have any guess who you thought it was?
Well, I know that the popular theory was.
It's true. Why? Who wouldn't want Rand to be hard? I mean, come on.
that was that Trip.
No, that's a
Dempsey.
From what I've heard, a lot of people thought it was Demandred. But that also Demandred was another character.
Well, the reason people thought it was Demandred was because Demandred. That's it. There's no evidence. There's no evidence to say it was Demandred at all.
Right.
But people thought that Demandred was also another character that's already in play.
Yes, which it was, and then Robert Jordan had to make a hard right turn. But
Wait. Okay. So people thought Asmodean and Demandred.
Okay. So we don't want to go too far down this hole, but
don't want to go down this hole.
People figured out who Demandred was hiding as. Robert Jordan noticed that people figured it out and changed the story so it wasn't uninteresting, which made Demandred uninteresting.
Wait.
That's why Steve says it's bullshit.
I don't want to go too far, man.
I'm intrigued now.
Can't say anything else.
It's in his notes. It's in his goddamn notes. Yes, it is.
He's not going to read.
Sorry. My bad. I'll shut up.
Well,
it's in his notes. It's in his notes.
I mean, Asmodean.
It's 100% fact.
Asmodean disappears or dies, and then in the next book, the next prologue, Demandred shows up. So I mean,
for like a second, and then he's gone.
True.
Because he showed up. That makes him the lead murder suspect. Man. People going to jail for false crimes here, aren't they?
Yeah,
I would have thought, based on reading the Dragon Reborn and because I did go ahead and read the first part of the prologue of Lord of Chaos and Shale Ghul, which was awesome, was that one Murdral dude, Shader Haran. Yeah.
Dude,
because he has
I still think it's him.
Because I mean, he obviously can bully. I mean, he's the mouth of the Dark One, or the hand of the Dark One, or something. So he can go around and.
Oh, sorry.
I know I'm probably am, but
well, no. There's a lot of people that thought that too. You're not on an island, but Shadowharn is a new entity. There's no reason Asmodee would know who Shadowharn is.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, because he does.
It's a good guess, though, nerd man.
It's a good guess, though. No. No. You're not. Well, Aldan just said he still thinks it was. So, right? I mean, this is why this debate went on forever, and it really didn't end until he's just like, "This is it's obvious." I don't get it.
Don't tell me it's either Samael or Grendel.
I'm not telling you anything.
I think there is confirmation of who kills him in Towers of Midnight.
Yes.
Like it's not. It doesn't say.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't say you killed this person, but it pretty much says it.
I'm pretty sure Brandon Sanderson put that in.
Is it Grendel? I'm
pretty sure Brandon Sanderson put it in there because of the whole debate thing. If I remember right, I remember him talking about he put it in there.
Right, just to shut people up.
Yeah, I think so. Just to finish the debate.
Do you think had Jordan lived, he would have ever revealed it, or probably no?
No.
Probably not.
Because he was
Because he thought it was obvious
for a decade, bro. He wasn't gonna.
He thought, yeah, it was. Yeah, he went on for years, just going. I don't understand how you guys don't know who it was. It's freaking. It's right there. It's
Is there like him saying that? I want to find that video, or is there audio
video? But I'm pretty sure that's on. Right? I'm not making that up. Right? He was just very nonchalant about how it should be obvious to everybody. I don't understand.
You can find the quotes. If you look at the What Series website, you'll find the quotes and stuff.
So Steve, we met the Prophet of the Dragon.
Yes, you did. Best character in the book.
I like the chapter. I like the chapter where we actually meet him. The chapter before that, where they're just walking to him. I'm just like, oh, come on. But I like the chapter where we meet him, and I got some Jesus. I got some Jesus vibes. I got some Roman Catholic vibes. I swear to God, I heard part of the Hail Mary. He called blessed Nynaeve among women for knowing the dragon, or something like that.
He's like if Jesus was a con man.
Yeah, he's batshit nuts, and I love it.
Yeah,
he's batshit crazy.
He's stealing women's jewelry.
I like how Queens are paying tribute to him. He's like the biggest gang member in
well, so I get.
Yeah, he's running a religious mafia.
My question for you guys is: do you think so? There's been a few schools of thought about Massima's turn to the prophet, and I've heard so it's either he's crazy, he's like the pattern broke him, and the Falme and the Tarwin's Gap and all that shit just eventually broke his mind, and he just went nuts, or is he an opportunist?
I think both. I think two things can be true. He's definitely a little bit touched in the head. You'll see more of that as it goes on.
Well, see,
that wasn't his character before he met Rand.
No, he wasn't touched in the head before.
He was kind of just a dick, right? He was just
a dick. He hated Rand.
Yeah, he hated Rand because Rand.
So is he just an opportunist?
So
he's had a conversion. He's had a soul. So if you want to put it in a biblical context, he's had a scales falling off the eyes moment for him when he's seen the dragon Falme.
I think what happened.
He's had a religious.
Well, just to be clear, what I'm asking is because there are people that have said to me that he's not crazy at all. He's just taking advantage of the situation.
That's
okay. I think Azan's right. I think it's a bit of both. I think he knows he's taking advantage, but also he's kind of nuts.
He's also had this religious experience.
Here's what happened.
I think he's more crazy than I think he's more crazy than advantageous, but I think you're right.
Yeah,
probably both. But.
Here's what happened. We know that he's a sexist pig. And at the end, in Faldara, when the Trollocs were attacking, he saw a line of strong female characters taking out all of the Trollocs, and it drove him crazy.
What?
Yeah, Steve, you sexist pig.
I know, man. What you mean when they stole Rand's thunder? Literally?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I thought he went crazy when he saw the horse lords, the horsemen of Shinar, charge into the back of a large wall.
Yeah,
I thought when the battle tactics went,
that could have done it too.
He went nuts.
That could have done it. That could have drove anyone crazy.
So who is he praying to in the show? Since there was no Tarman's Gap, that's interesting. Who's the god? Is it Nynaeve now? Nynaeve's well, no. Who Egwene?
It's got to be.
Yeah, I don't.
Prophet of the Green Ajah.
I don't know how they can do the prophet.
He's not. There will be no prophet.
It doesn't make sense.
Is too toxic and cool.
Did they have a scene?
The only one that can sword fight in the whole show, so they got to keep him around.
Yeah. Did they have a scene at the end of that season? Did they have a scene with him like looking at the tower, like?
I think that was.
I don't even remember Masima being in season 2.
He showed up. He happened to be like he was in the Horn of Valyr box.
He was walking around in Sean Chen armor or something.
He was in there twice.
Yeah, when Lanfear gave the box, he popped out of it. He's like, "Here I am." He's like, "Oh, I'm back. I'm back."
I'm pretty sure there was this.
I was just hanging out in the city.
I'm pretty sure there was a scene, mate, at the end where he's like,
there's a scene where he's looking up there with everybody else who's clapping.
That's Masima. I just looked at the picture. No.
Yeah.
No. The best swordsman in that
That's
show.
Who they cast?
The best swordsman in the show is
most convincing person on the show, period.
He should be playing Lan 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, 100%. But
he would be a great Lan.
Yeah. And he can sword fight, unlike the other dude, but you know.
Yeah, that's the main bloody job description, right? Like that's
I'm so glad that
top of the fucking resume.
I'm so glad that the Wheel of Time wiki has his pronouns listed.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, yeah. That's that wiki is just worthless.
Oh my god.
So Mark Clark for $1.99. There is only one prophet, and his name
is John Steva.
Thanks, Mark.
Oh boy,
that would be the Steve from Multiplicity, right? Who likes pizza?
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Either.
Like,
holy shit!
Oh, it's great.
Holy
like,
crap!
Steve, I like pizza.
I like pizza. Now I gotta go watch Multiplicity.
So I want to go a little bit back. I liked go back to the Nynaeve stuff really quickly. When they leave, was it Altara or Amadisia or something?
Amadisia.
My favorite part of all those 4 chapters, was when they're on the ship and they let the refugees come on board. I like the fact that we got to learn about 3 of the different women who came from tragedy and all that. So I liked how they were basically looking for, they were able to find new lives thanks to Nynaeve and Elaine and all that. So
yeah, but that poor smuggler, holy crap! I've never felt worse for a character in my life.
What are we talking about?
Having to deal with Nynaeve.
Oh
yeah.
Well, anybody.
Bitch mode.
I mean,
throwing out all of his goods.
Poor Lan.
So that the refugees, that there was room on the boat. She just threw out all of his stuff so that they could sleep in the hold.
She paid him though, right?
No,
I'm pretty sure
she gave him a necklace when she left. That was it,
dude. She should throw those bitches overboard. God damn. Stowaways.
It was literally the same thing happened where she thought she paid him a lot, just like the silver penny that she gave.
She's
like, oh, I repaid him plenty, even though I threw out his entire cargo hold.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I left him with a necklace, and she comes out of it saying, "Oh, I gave him more than he deserved."
She pays him what she thinks is a reasonable fare for their passage. Okay, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
See, Gadfly Fiction there in the comments he's got no sympathy for the smuggler because he simps for the man.
Silver penny, ice cold, yeah.
Taxation is theft.
Amen. 100%.
Not wrong.
Bastards.
But yeah, I like how they're finally reunited with the Aes Sedai, Nynaeve and Elaine and everybody. are there. Every Min and Suwan and all of them are now in the. They're all now together in the same place. They're in Saladar, and I like how like all of a sudden they're, hey, you're only accepted. Go do some chores. You can't do what you want anymore. And they're like, oh, fuck us.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to the. I'm looking forward to hitting these scenes again. I like that. It's good. I like all the Saladar stuff actually.
So who's with them now? Is it Uno's with her because Uno
like a handful of other Shinarans.
Because they're just like they're sick. They're just like sick of Massima. They're just they don't trust him.
And the hero of the horn, Uno.
All the girls are back together except for Egwene is still out with the spear people.
Yeah, I just like it because it brings in Uno with and unites him with the great
I'm curious now with Teleron Riyadh. I'm curious if they can travel and wake up in another place. They can simply beam over to another part of the land.
Not Star Trek. No.
Well, I mean, like let's say Egwene goes into Teleron.
Well, okay, so hold on. Wait. You've already sort of seen this.
Yeah.
Well, think about it a little bit. So, what does Rand? How does Rand go into Teleron Riyadh?
With in the flesh.
In the flesh, right?
Yeah.
So, how does he get out of Teleron Riyadh?
In the flesh.
Right. So, think about it.
So, like a portal or gateway.
Well, it's like dimension skipping, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I get. So, I mean, you've already seen it, sort of. I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure Nynaeve and Mogandine at the end are sort of doing that. I mean, too, right? They're right. I think they're moving around. I don't. So I guess
they come out at the same spot, but they wouldn't have had to.
I'm pretty sure Balsamon was doing it too in one of the meetings. So I think the answer to that is if you go in the flesh, yes. If you don't, no.
Out in the flesh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and if you
there's no way to do it if you don't. You have the ability to use the power, though.
Yeah, I think it's only if you enter in the flesh, which is dangerous. I don't know if that's 100% or not.
You have to read and find out, but there's other characters that use the dream that maybe can do this without power.
Yeah, that I was leaving that on purpose, but you may be right. There's one dude in particular.
There's two actually. Yeah.
Well,
three if we want to get.
Yeah, I guess if we want three, if we're three, you're right. If we're
Baker's dozen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So I think one of the if I remember correctly, so I think Gareth Bryn basically recruits like Tom and Uno and Julian and all of them to be part of his army to take back Tar-Valon or take back the tower or something like that. So I'm curious
wait. What? Bryn, does he? I thought it was just Uno's group. Julian, I don't think Julian and Tom are part of that.
They agreed to stay.
He asked him to play the game of houses for him. So
okay,
some help.
Well,
with that.
The game of houses, the game of the stones.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, because Bryn was actually of a point of view where when he was with Morghese, he was going to kill Tom, and he invites him to a game of stones to just kind of let him know that hatchet's buried.
Yeah, because I was under the impression that they said I don't even remember if they were asked, but they said no because they were staying with the
girls,
Lane, right? With the girls.
Yeah.
Right? I could be. It's been a while. I could be remembering that wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't think Julian and Tom were ever involved in the South, the
army.
White Tower army.
I don't think they do it. Gadfly will be able to tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Right?
I mean, Uno, Uno in the Shinarans, yes, 100%. But
yeah, but I'm not sure they join the army. I don't. Well, they definitely don't.
They don't join. I don't know if they outright say no. I know they don't outright say no in this book.
They probably just sneak off at some point. I can't even remember how. Yeah, We'll all read and find out.
I remember how. I'm pretty sure I remember how it ends up, but I know that they agreed to help. I think not become part of the army, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So now now that they basically they were debriefed and everything. So now Elaine and Nynaeve have to show the rest of the Aes Sedai how to use the stone ring, I think, to
Triangle.
Yeah, that turns out great.
Teleron Riyadh, and then Suwan, she makes a deal with Suwan, and she's like, show me how to do it. He's like, if you allow me to, I will show you if you allow me to study you, so I can see if there's something I can do about, if there's a way to, reverse stilling.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Pretty cool. Hey,
Have you been reading under the assumption that I've told you about Aes Sedai?
Yeah, So Aes Sedai think they know everything. They don't know shit.
Correct. Okay.
So the fact that they say that stilling cannot be cured, based on what you said, I call that into question.
Everything the Aes Sedai say that they know 100% is correct is wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, Rand himself has said, like there's a point where Nynaeve asks him, isn't it evil to go into the dream world in the flesh? He's like, why would you believe that? Or who knows what is true and everything. So who knows what the wise ones, the wise ones
that believe that, not the Aes Sedai, but
yeah.
Right. You're correct. The Aes Sedai can't even dream walk. That's how good they're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, Aes Sedai all powerful. They can't dream walk. Can't cast spellfire. But yeah.
The list of I thought that that knowledge was lost in the Age of Legends just keeps getting longer and longer.
Yeah,
you could write a whole book about that.
Yeah, Nynaeve figures out how to pee, and they're like, "I thought we didn't know how to do that."
we forgot about you.
We forgot about the pee scans. Holy shit!
Right, and all they needed to do was watch Lan.
I know exactly.
Yeah, true.
He's an expert.
Yeah.
So, going forward. I like how the beginning of the Caemlyn chapter to Caemlyn. I mean, we get the whole Rand stuff. They go through the gate. They skim. I think they skim to Caemlyn, and he creates a platform, and somebody actually falls off the platform.
Yeah.
And the first thing he thought was it one of the maidens of the spirit? Because he's at this point he doesn't want them to take part in anything that's dangerous that can kill them and all that, because of the fact that he lost I forget how many he lost during the Kyrian Bale when Samael did his little lightning attack and destroyed the tower, and they fell and everything. Yeah, so he was. I like how it was. I was just like, okay, made me think of there was a Star Trek episode where somebody fell into a bottomless pit, even though it was clearly
he's
there was
falling.
no pit. It was just
he's still falling right now. That poor guy.
Yeah,
gonna die of starvation. That's
what I liked. Yeah, what I liked about it was like he's thinking like, what would happen? How would he die? Would he die from the shock? Would he die from the from starving or losing or going losing his sanity or something? I thought it was a little interesting little inner monologue. Like I'll let you think about it if you're a leader and all that. So, but like the whole thing with Nynaeve, Nynaeve gets into a slap fight with or a fist fight with Suwan.
Yeah,
I forgot how that started, but I laughed when I was reading. That.
Suwan's a silly bitch.
Like,
they're pulling each other's hair.
They're like a silver pike. It's like
because she brings up Gareth Bryn. I forget. Nynaeve brings up Gareth Bryn, and Suwan just smacks her, and then she's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna," and then and then it gets pretty wild, and then all of a sudden, I think she sees Moghedien, and then Moghedien goes after her, and then Moghedien. I forget. So I'm trying to remember how Moghedien got ensnared with the Adam. Like, did Nynaeve just think it, wish it.
She imagined it. Yeah.
She willed it with her.
Is there? I thought Moghedien would have because she's supposed to be really powerful until around Riyadh, she would have a defense for something like that.
Yeah, but once it's around your neck,
it's about willpower, right? Ultimately, in that moment, it's a battle of wills at the end of the day. So that should tell you a fair bit about Nynaeve's stubborn ass nature, just quietly. Yeah, it's a battle of wills. So like Nynaeve is willing it into existence, and Moghedien's defenses are trying to will it out of existence, and it comes down to who's got the willpower to make it stick.
I see.
But she's also got the benefit of it acting like in a similar way to how it does in real life.
Yeah, as soon as you believe it. So like that's what makes it really cool. Right? Like as soon as the instant that you believe that it's the thing, if you've got the element of surprise there, if you believe it's the thing, then you're done because the thing will act like the thing. But so your defenses only exist insofar as much as you can deny
it's
the
like
reality that your brain is telling you is real, because you know
it's like the problematic scene when Egwene says like, once you create something, they kind of take a life of their own.
Thank God
until you like will them out of existence, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Fucking Aes Sedai.
Although I will say that the fist fight kind of feels like the turning point where Nynaeve starts getting less insufferable.
Okay, all right. I thought it was another reason.
I thought, do you reckon she's pretty insufferable for a while? I think it's funny.
She starts getting a whole lot more interesting from here on out.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll see. People see. I'm not gonna accept that. I find Nynaeve interesting from the first sentence. I love her. I think she's hilarious. She's just like brutal. I don't think she's uninteresting yet. Does she? She's like her arc, like her growth. Probably. You're probably right, Tex. Like her growth probably starts to kick in.
Yeah. Uninteresting is the wrong word.
Yeah.
It's more palatable. Is what I'm going for.
Yeah, because she probably starts trying to learn lessons from now on, rather than just I'm not going to learn anything because I know everything.
Right.
Well, she's just too tempted by the healing. She's like, I hate these people so freaking much, but they can teach me how to heal better.
Right. Well, and those kind of lessons, like how she's learning how to deal with other people, and how her perspective changes with the boys. You know, that all stuff kind of like that kind of starts really in book 4?
Right.
Is
it 3? For me, I think Nynaeve makes a turn for me when she realizes that the Aes Sedai actually don't really know that much than her.
Yeah, and she's kind of in this phase now.
And she's learned everything. Yeah, she's learned everything they have to really teach her pretty quickly, and then she evolves, and then she says basically, ride or die for her boy Rand.
Yeah. So when does Nynaeve start training with the sword?
That's when she hooks. That's when she finds Lan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They train every night.
Right. It's when she hooked up with him in season 1.
Yeah.
With his sword.
Yeah. So after he does the teleport deal, I was amazed in the book when he teleports like that. I couldn't believe I didn't know he could shadow step. It's amazing.
So one thing I did like
coming out of the dream himself.
So one thing I did like from these from this line of chapters, I like the build up before getting to Caemlyn. So especially the first time. So the start with the 4 Nynaeve chapters, them getting to meeting up with the Aes Sedai and Saldar. But then when we get back to Rand, and all of a sudden, because Rand's now in charge of Cairhien, he's already being being seduced by women sent by this one Lady Colivere. So we get this nice little segment with this woman named Solange, and Solange is just she's like, would you not like to swim? I do not swim well myself, but surely you will teach me. And then I loved his response, and this got me reacting. I laughed when I read this. So he's like, I can channel. They say I'll go mad, but I'm not mad yet. Not yet. Teach you to swim. I'll hold you up in the water with the power. Saidin is tainted, the Dark One's touch. You won't feel it though. All around you, but you'll not feel a thing. Later, then, I want to be alone to think about, and then he tries to kiss her, and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me!" And she runs away.
He just fucks with so many women in this book. It's so good. Or in the series, like all the women they throw in front of him, it's just like fuck you.
Yeah, she just like curtsies and runs away, and I was just like, "This is like."
Let's like Verlaine all over again.
For me, that bit is like the. Did you guys ever listen to Dimitri Martin?
Yeah,
stand up.
I've heard him.
It's his bit about ticklish. He's like, if people ask you, "Are you ticklish?" It doesn't matter what you say. They're going to touch you. So instead of saying yes or no, you need to respond with something like, "I have diarrhea." And if you touch me, it's going to come out. And yes, I'm very ticklish.
Wow. I thought that I love this part of the book. It was a fun opening chapter. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And I think other than that, and I think later on, Olivera herself tries to seduce Rand, and Aviendha does what Aviendha does best. Anybody who messes with Rand, she yanks women by the hair, and they're screaming as she's dragging them out by the hair. I'm just trying to think how messed up that would be if they ever showed that on TV.
They have to, because they have to do it to that old bitch now, right?
They did all that violence against women last season with Aviendha having toe.
Oh yeah, Bane and Chad beating the crap out of her.
Right. So they don't give a shit when it's women on women violence. It's the
I can do that.
The other stuff.
And do you remember the excuse for why she had toe? Because one of her friends got killed in a fight,
right?
And that was her fault, apparently.
Yeah, because she was fighting and defending herself, but she didn't defend everybody else too.
That's
dumbasses.
So stupid.
Yeah, what a horrible way to introduce the concept of the IEL honor system. Yeah,
right.
Oh no, one of my fully capable spear sisters was unable to defend herself, and that means I have toe.
Dude, she would have toe for thinking that her
yes, she would have toe for assuming that she needed to step in and help.
Protection. That's right.
Exactly it's backwards. It's backwards.
The opposite
of
backwards.
It's complete. Yeah, that's why that's part's so bad. It's completely backwards. It's actually the opposite. Her saving, she would have dishonored her, but right? It's like I'm perfectly capable of fighting my own fight. No, you're not. You suck. It's like, oh yeah, that's.
I mean you literally get that in this book. The women are like, "Why are you not letting us fight?
Why aren't you letting us fight?" Yeah, that's right. You can't protect.
She starts like breaking spears on his arms because he's dishonoring them.
Did that happen in this book? Is that Sulin?
That's this book.
That? Dude, that's such a great. Is that in this section? Did we skip over that?
It is.
Yep.
Dude, I love that scene. We should talk about that scene.
Which scene?
I love that.
Well, I just made the perfect segue. Let's talk about it.
What scene you lost me?
Where what's her face?
The Sulin. It's Sulin.
The spear sister is pissed at Rand. She keeps breaking spears over his arms. She's like, "Hold this," and then she snaps him.
Keeps holding him back and stopping him from getting hurt, stopping him from taking them into battle. And Sulin confronts him. That is in this book, right? I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, it's in these chapters.
Yeah,
it's right before they go to Carrion.
She confronts him.
She gets pissed because he's selected the secret group of people that are going to go to Cairhien with him, and he hasn't selected any of the Spear Sisters because he feels guilty because he just got a whole bunch of them killed.
Yep.
And he's like, I feel guilty because I tried to hold you back from the fight and it got you killed. He's like, you tried to hold us back from the fight. We were keeping you out of the fight. You kept going on and on about how you were going to face down Couladin by yourself, which is not what you're supposed to do as a leader. Any of us could have killed. I love that line. Literally, any of us could have killed Couladin, but that's not your job as the leader. And stop dishonoring us and let us do our jobs.
And it's an important
Ooh.
put a pin in it because it's an important lesson for
Girl boss
to learn. Yeah,
Yeah.
proper girl boss moment.
Well,
That's right.
and it
Proper
was
girl boss
great
moment.
because it kind of forced him to confront and actually openly discuss, like, I can't let women get hurt, and like he kind of has to open himself up to her, and she's like, no, you need to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
like
This-
that's,
this kinda
like
makes-
that's your choice.
This
He's carried it internally.
you know, this kind of parallel. This kind of makes me think it parallels with Nynaeve's, how guilty Nynaeve felt about what happened to Brigida, and Brigida basically rebukes her the same, almost
yeah.
the same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, you're correct. It is
So like Brigida's like, and so far I'm loving Brigida. So
yeah, she's a ripper, mate. She's the best.
and she's just like, I made the
Brigida sucks
decision.
ass.
She's
What
like,
a
I
piece of
made
shit. Burn her
she's like, I
fucking
made the
bow.
decision to do this. I made the decision to help you. That's on me. It's not on you. And I like
I don't know
and
that
yeah,
there's
this
a
whole
bigger
this
piece
whole
of shit
Sulin
character.
this whole Sulin thing was great. Well, hold that thought, Steve. I
It's okay.
like
Doesn't have to
I
hold
liked
it.
I like
Feels
I mean
way
this-
too personal to be an issue that he has with the books.
yeah.
I just-
So I mean
Hate
I
those.
really I like this right here. She's like, listen, Rand al'Thor, I am the spear. When a lover comes between me and the spear, I chose the spear. Some chose the other way. Some decide they have run with the spears long enough that they want a husband and a child. I have never wanted anything else. No chief would hesitate to send me wherever the dance is hottest. If I died there, my first sisters would mourn me, but not a fingernail more than when our first brother fell. A tree killer who stabbed me to the heart in my sleep would do me more honor than you do. Do you understand now?
See, you read that wrong. She was supposed to say, it actually reads, if I died there, my spear sisters would have toe.
Yeah, but that's
True. Big
exactly.
true.
But not. This is
Big
like
true.
important. It's such a great encapsulation of G2 and like how what Rand is doing with the best of intentions is like really offending the shit out of these the maidens at the end of the day. Cool.
Yeah, I thought I mean
Literally
this
a dark
was
friend.
like these like I really did enjoy these first three chapters with Rand and all that. So I mean all the stuff leading up to Camelin I did enjoy. So
Okay, I thought we were going to talk about why Brigida actually sucks.
You're the only
Go-
one
go
who
for
thinks
it,
she
Steve.
does.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I mean I don't know. Is this,
Sorry,
are you
I mean-
referencing another? Are you
What
referencing a later book, Steve?
She
Is
can't
this
even use a weapon. She uses a little like fucking archery tool. Like,
silver
I mean, what the
silver
fuck?
bow?
She's a little
She
doll in
sucks.
season
That's a
one.
weapon. How is that
She's
not a weapon?
pestering and shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure Slayer
She
could
drinks
take
with
her.
the. Oh,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
okay.
Slayer could take her like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Not my hero of the horn. That's not my choice. I mean, you got
It's not
Arthur
my hero of the
Hawkwing. I
horn.
mean, you got that ninja chick that we saw on the
Is it
show. I mean,
Uno?
you know,
The
you
ninjas
also
don't
have
have an option.
you also have Aquaman. Aquaman is a hero of the horn. Why don't you choose Regina? I mean,
I'll
you
take
know.
Brigida over Aquaman, mate. 100%.
All right. Steve
Drugs are
clearly
bad,
had
folks.
an ex-girlfriend who was an Olympic archer,
No.
and something went wrong there.
If you look at chat,
Like a Viking with a long with
you
a
can see
friggin' bow
there's
that
a
never
certain
misses. What's
there's a
not to
certain
love?
person with Brigida as her picture. So you know,
Please
I don't know
don't.
why she picked such a loser to emulate, but I mean,
Oh,
to
okay.
each their own. I mean, it's not the prophet of the Chad. I mean, you could have picked a Chad like Missima, but
Yeah, I can
who has armies and shit, not just some pesky follower like Brigida. I mean, she is a follower after all when it comes down to it. Like she gets paid her little bag of money eventually to you know follow orders, but I mean, you know, you could like her if you want. She's just glorified captain of the guard, right? I mean,
so far I do. So but
Okay, that's fine.
we have another.
I mean,
we have
glorified captain of the guard. That's all she
all right.
is. Just
We
remember.
have the White Cloak right here. So we got Alex. What's up, Alex?
Tell him why.
Good to be back,
Tell him why
boys.
Brigida's the best.
You look like you got the Colonel Kurtz darkness thing going. Is there something going on?
You got a tan.
Yeah, deep tan. That's exactly what it was. Thanks. No, I don't know what the hell is going on in here.
The horror. So, by the way, I think I said this last week with Dave, But I kind of imagined Massima or Prophet as Colonel Kurtz.
Oh,
hey, Lady.
Coming to the rescue, as per typical.
God bless.
Sorry, guys. I was like working on Pips's baby quilt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The junior.
Yep.
Is she quilting it? Is she quilting? Is that what she said?
She was just finishing it up.
Is that what that
Oh,
big
nice.
setup behind
Is it-
you is? A quilting machine?
Yeah, it's that's her sewing machine
Amazing.
and her
That's
streaming station.
nice.
And babe, do you have any
Yes,
of your?
look.
Here, I was gonna show him Pips. This is
Yeah, there we go.
Pips here.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
That's really good.
That's
I'll
wicked,
post
man.
pics up when I'm done with it, and I'll
That's so
send it out to
cool,
him, like so he can see it first. Though.
Yep,
That's
it's
amazing.
the dragons are particularly impressive.
Yeah.
Well, Alex showed up, so it's time for me to peace out because I don't want to talk to him.
Oh no!
All right. Anything you wanna promote, sir?
Well, I'm just going to go talk about Shogun on my channel.
So good.
Oh my
Good
gosh,
show.
Should I watch? Should I watch Shogun? I haven't watched
dude!
it yet.
Watch
Yeah.
Shogun.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
It's like the best TV I've seen since Better Call Saul.
It feels like
Yeah.
an actual TV show.
It does, right?
It
Yeah.
is.
Great, isn't it?
It is a historical epic.
I wonder
Set in-
I wonder if it's as good as the original.
Like characters actually like do stuff that
It
that
is
makes
so
sense.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to come talk about it, that's what I'll be
two-
doing for like the next
two
6 weeks.
The two pilots, I love those guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good stuff.
Yes,
Good stuff.
they're like love-hate relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how many episodes are there going to be of Shogun? I'm assuming
I
it's
think-
covering the
I think
entire.
there's 10.
8.
Oh,
Is it
maybe
10 or
10.
8? I don't.
I
If it's
could
10,
be
that'd be
wrong.
great.
No, I think it's 10. It's just a miniseries, just the one season. So yeah.
It's 10.
So yeah, because I think it covers
10.
like a book. I think it covers a single book.
Well, that's
And
good.
that's-
Well,
that's
that's
what the
also a
original-
good thing too, though. If it's just if they're, I know somebody said when we were talking about it, it was 1,300-page book. They're not gonna just start shoving shit in where it doesn't belong. So that's great.
If they wanted to do like a sequel series, there are 5 books in the series, but they're
Yeah,
not.
there's more Black
It's
Swan stuff.
So I'd see that happening.
they're hundreds of
Absolutely.
years apart, right? It's a completely different era, and it chronicles like the influence that the West had on discovering
Imperial
Japan and how that changed its development. And so it
Oh,
goes
okay.
through it goes through a bunch of different time periods. Shogun is it's actually the 3rd book, but it's the first chronologically. But it goes all the way up to like the 1900s.
Oh, I see.
So I'm loving the show. I also watched the Gentleman. I gotta talk about that too. That's pretty good.
Gentleman was pretty good too.
Is that related to the upcoming Guy Ritchie Gentleman movie?
That is
Yeah.
that is
well,
it.
Wait. You got it backwards.
So the Guy Ritchie, he made the movie, and then he made a
Still came
TV
out.
show.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Henry Cavill, Alan Richardson movie.
No,
No,
that's
not related.
the Gentleman of Gentlemen's.
On Gentleman Warfare.
Same guy, right? Guy Ritchie.
Same
guy,
director, yeah.
So Guy Ritchie made
Ritchie's
The
good.
Gentleman. He made the Gentleman TV show, and now he made this other one. I don't think the third one is related.
It's not connected. No. Well, I mean, even the TV show is not really.
Yeah,
it's
not
basically like a retelling of the movie, but from a different perspective.
Yep. But it's good. I enjoyed
It's
it.
good.
I need to watch some more Guy Ritchie.
It's not a.
He's
It's a
pretty good,
remake, really.
mostly.
The Gentleman's
He's got a couple
actually
of
really
duds.
good, both of them. So.
Start with the Covenant. The Covenant fucking slapped.
Covenant is real good. I'm liking a lot of Guy Ritchie's. I mean, he made
He's made a few.
the live action Aladdin. Oh, just peaked TV.
Wait, did he make that shit?
Yeah, he did.
Oh well, I guess we're all allowed one.
Hey,
Wrath of Man was good. That was.
I
him
can
too,
understand.
right? Wrath of
He
Man
probably
was
got
fun.
a bunch of money for it, and then he can make his own movies.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't blame him.
Exactly. I think you're right. Yeah. Don't
Anyway.
watch. What is it? Oh God, the sword one. That was. His
I like it. I
That's
like
it.
it. I like his
Oh my
character.
God.
I
That is the
also-
worst fucking movie ever. Stop it.
I also like.
Fuck off.
There we go. All right. I'm gonna stay for 2
off.
more minutes to
Yeah.
talk to Alex Green about.
Shit. Fuck off. That movie is the worst shit that ever shit.
It's
Don't
not.
call the kid like if you don't like what is it? What is it? Freaking Legend of the Sword? Yeah, that piece of shit
That's-
movie. What the
That's
fuck?
not a shit movie. I'm with
It's a
Tex. Is that what
shit
you're talking about?
movie.
The King Arthur one?
Don't call him King Arthur, then it might be fine. King Arthur and Vortigern feeding
fine.
his fucking daughters to a fucking
the
octopus
worst-
lady to freaking
worst-
turn into a
worst
scythe
movie
monster.
is-
What the fuck are we talking about?
Hey,
Like,
it
was fun.
shit movie is what we're talking about. Give me a
It was
break.
fun.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I think I should have put a parental discretion. I think
Charlie
because
Hunnam.
I think I should have put a parental discretion as advised because of all this fucking Stevens.
Why can't I get one good Arthurian legend show?
Speaking of,
Hey,
speaking of
you will- you will.
talking
We
to
are.
Alex Green
Daily
and,
Wise making one.
Who is?
We're
Daily Wire making one.
the Jews are making one.
Oh, that's not gonna
Yeah.
be good. That's gonna be
Yes, it
horrible.
is.
No,
No,
it's
it's
gonna
not.
be
Did you
terrible.
Did you see their latest
The
development
Are we talking
video?
about the Pendragon cycle?
Yeah.
The book that got canceled because nobody
Yeah, but
read
that's
it?
not relevant at all.
It's
actually a really-
absolutely relevant.
Have you read it?
Exactly.
Look,
No, I haven't read
they-
it.
It's
they
actually
just-
a really good premise.
A couple
It's
weeks
really
ago,
good-
they released one of their production vlogs, and they're working with like live bulls.
Yeah,
It looks freaking good.
They're working
does
with
look
live
good.
bulls.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
but-
bullfighting
What does that have to
sequence.
do with Arthur?
There's a bullfighting sequence in like the Lost City. Like it's, you should read the book.
It looks
mate.
real
Arthur gonna
good.
ride a bull into battle? I don't care.
No.
Pull Excalibur and kill some people. Like, I don't,
You
like, what are
prepared
we
prepared
talking
to
about?
be prepared to be proven wrong. You watch
Okay,
it.
that,
and it
that,
looks
you know what? If I'm wrong, great.
Brett
Daily
Cooper
Wire-
does her own
but
stunts.
Daily Wire
Okay,
hasn't made
it's gonna
anything
be
worth a
dope.
shit yet. So why would
Yeah,
this
that's
be
the
any
only thing
different?
I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about.
Oh no! Now I gotta stay for 2 more minutes to defend my queen, Brett Cooper, in the comment section. Okay.
I will
DW
take-
something.
Are you
I just
ready
want-
for me
I'll
to
take-
ruin Brett Cooper for you?
Go ahead.
Brett Cooper is what happened when they cloned Ben Shapiro and
Yeah.
accidentally got a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, but she's
everyone
so
knows
great.
that.
Okay.
It's still great.
But have you seen Ben Shapiro's sister?
Yes, and Brett Cooper does not have Abby Shapiro's gifts.
All right.
I gotta go. Or I'm gonna be late for my own stream.
It does.
Bye.
All right. See you, man. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
All right.
Elric.
Elric. All right. So, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm
I
sorry.
know
I apologize. I'm sorry.
about what?
Being a
But
shit
for
stir.
being the derail machine.
Being a shit stir. Daily Wire sucks, by the way. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That may be true. But
And
this is
making
gonna be
movies.
okay.
And making movies. Sorry.
Yeah. I agree with that. But this looks like it's going to be all right.
We'll see. We'll see.
I will say it's better than the most shit that Hollywood's pumping out these days.
We'll
though.
see. Like,
It's not a high bar, but
we'll see. Like, I haven't seen it. I'm just stirring the pot. We haven't seen
Yeah, I
any.
know.
Like, we'll see. We'll see.
So Alex, we kind of already jumped ahead to the fight with Ravin. I just wanted to hear your take.
Love it. Like, one of the things Robert Jordan is best at is capturing, like, with words, the feeling of when you're actually in a fight and your adrenaline has spiked and you're noticing everything and nothing at the same time because you're just that wired up. Rand chasing Robin and dealing with the ambushes captures that experience perfectly. Plus, Robin is just such an asshole, and you just want him to die
miserably.
And yes, and then you lose Matt, and you lose Avienda, and then you lose Matt. And my only issue with the entire sequence is that it's too fast. This is one that Rand should have beat the man to death with his bare hands. Whereas, and I know that wouldn't have worked with the revival sequence and whatnot, but I wish the death would have been more visceral. And
I agree. I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
But, however, if you are in a fight like that, where let's pretend, for instance, you were shooting at each other, it is instantaneous. One slip off the knife edge and you're dead. So, in many ways, I have zero complaints about it just because it's so well done.
Yeah, it does encapsulate really well what happens in war. it doesn't have to be this long, drawn out thing. It can happen all at an instant, and you only can really kind of explain it to yourself when you go back and look back at what's happened.
Have you read the story of him shooting the RPG out of the air?
I think you've talked about it before.
You've talked about it, yeah.
Brian, he tells the story about there were times when he was just in the zone in Vietnam, where he was just, things were moving so slowly that he felt like he could do anything. And one of the things that happened was a VNA patrol shot an RPG at the helicopter he was being the door gunner for. And he said he could basically track an RPG traveling at 300 miles an hour. And he just kind of casually turned with his M80 and blasted it out of the air 25 feet from his helicopter and saved everybody's life in the bird. And he talks about how, that it seemed easy to him, that he swore he could have done it 4 or 5 times in a row without having a problem. And that's what he's trying to communicate through this fight scene. And it's one of those things that, if you tell somebody, yeah, I just shot an RPG out of the air with an M80, their response is going to be, what the hell are you talking about? No, you didn't. That's physically impossible. But he did it. And that's what he's trying to communicate in this scene, I guess, is
okay. It was a very I for a second I'm what am I? I'm literally what am I reading? There were points where I was just confused what was going on, what was going on inside, and I'm guessing that was the point. But it kind of took me out of it at the same time.
It is very abstract in a way, and I know it's weird to use abstract and visceral describing the same sequence of events or passage, but I feel like it matches here. And it's one of those things that with a lot of these endings, I would encourage you to go back and read it, because things start to fall into place on the second read.
Yeah, that's what I said too, man. Especially with this one, because I remember having a pretty similar sort of feel as Nerdman when I was young, when I read it the first time. I remember that. So yeah, it's definitely, you definitely need to read it more than once. Some of these.
I didn't listen. I read this Thursday, and then I listened to this yesterday. So,
I got it.
Yeah. So my opinion of it has improved, but it's like you said. It's he's just he's it's just like you said, the adrenaline is up, and he's just I think it would happen to anybody.
This would be one of the sickest things to adapt properly, right? Like if in an animation or something, for example, this sequence of events would be unreal to adapt.
Well, and if you think about it too, from that war perspective, going back to what you were saying, Alex, about it, just this ability to convey the adrenaline rush with everything. Could you imagine trying to sit there and track down your enemy in the middle of the woods or in the middle of a scene where you're trying to sit there and chase them around, and you don't know when they're going to pop up out of the middle of nowhere? It's because of his experiences in war, I think he was acutely able to sit there and put this down on a piece of paper and describe it in a way that's going to be kind of difficult for some people to understand, but it's definitely going to capture the intensity of the moment. Because that's the one thing for me, first read long ago, I do remember the intensity of this scene. It's just it's not the grand battle in the sky. Obviously, there's something different about Ravine, and that he's just a wicked motherfucker. But man, I was concerned the whole time, just sitting there thinking, okay, he's going to pop up out of nowhere, and Rand's just going to have to sit there and which he did in a few spots. So you're just kind of like, shit, when's it going to, what are the stakes here? Because Matt's dead, Avienda's dead, Moraine just died. Fuck,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's the lesson. Cheat to win.
Always.
Cheat to win.
This guy. This guy.
In many ways, he's 100% right, though, and it's a lesson that man learns when, maybe the best example of it is Natron's Barrow.
Yes, he does put it into practice. It's true. It's true.
Brian, of all the scenes that I've ever looked forward to reading the most, like on my rereads, the Natron's Barrow scene is one of my favorites. What book is that even in?
It's in Gathering Storm.
Oh, you're so far away.
And that's Sanders.
Or is it? It might be Tales of Midnight. It's one of them.
Wait, I don't know from chapters. What's it? Natron's?
It's either Tales of Midnight or Gathering Storm. Man.
That's a Sanderson written chapter.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. He writes a few good ones. Don't believe all the bullshit, mate.
Oh yeah. That is a good one.
Okay, keep that in mind. But yeah, it's this discussion has helped increase my opinion on the on this final fight. It's still not my favorite though. But
I think that what you said earlier. I think that, and I think that's valid, man. Like just what you seem to be missing is just like a connection, like a personal connection with Robin as the bad guy. Like you can sort of look and see that he's a bad dude or whatever. But how that interplay of like him getting where he develop his plans sort of stuff. Maybe that's what you're missing, to connect with the scene 100%. I don't really need that. After you've read it a few times, you don't really need that, to be honest. You can just read the scene for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably makes sense.
So I think the one thing we haven't talked about yet is so I wanted to bring up the letters that the two letters that Rand got from. He got one from Elida and he got another one from Alviarin. So I'm assuming that's going to play a big part in the next book or in a future book.
Yeah. So, well, I think it's kind of a window into just the current status of the tower, though. It's
pretty interesting, isn't it? Like it's showing the division. I mean, because we knew, when did we find out Alviarin was back when she was talking to Fane back earlier in this book?
Yeah.
Sort of find out that Alviarin's like, she's a dark friend. And so now you've got this, you've got these two factions in the tower that are like trying to communicate with Rand.
Right.
I'm curious who Alviarin's taking her orders from, because it's obviously not Elida's. Just question. Elida's just a puppet.
Well, and that's the thing is, you know that the Dark Friends all get their marching orders differently. So whose
faction she belong to?
Is Elida a Dark Friend, or is she? She's a puppet?
She is
she
a
on
puppet.
different orders? It's.
I think she's being manipulated. She just doesn't know it.
What's it?
Or she's just. No, Elida. No, not. Well,
right.
I think
Elida is.
Wait, Elida thinks she's being manipulated. Wait, say that again.
No, Elida doesn't think. Elida's.
She's not. She's an idiot.
Yeah.
Right. But
she's the best. She's the best weapon for the dark, and she's not a dark one. Like she's not a dark friend. She's the best weapon against good, and she's not a dark friend.
I'm taking it she never learns her lesson. I'm guessing.
I don't know.
No, does well? No, her fate is suffered.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming based on this little foreshadowing with this letter right here, and him talking about, he's just like, I don't want any Aes Sedai near me or something like that. So like I think it was a 13 Aes Sedai can shield Rand or something like that. They're all linked together or something.
Yep.
So
they can gentle him, right?
Mm.
13, and there's 13. Isn't there like the dark? I forget what what's the 13 Murdrol thing again? I forget.
That was forcibly turn you to the shadow.
Yeah, that was in a Gwen's thing.
Is that only Is that only like someone who can channel though? That whole turning to the shadow
I don't think
thing?
so. I think it's anybody.
Mm-hmm.
13 Mydrol can.
So
if you need 13, I mean, basically it wouldn't matter because if you can't channel, you're going to be compulsed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, so
yeah.
No, the letters to Rand does some strong setup for the next book.
Mm-hmm.
And
the best book in the series, bro.
Yeah, an escort of Aes Sedai will come to bring you to Tar Valon with the honor and respect you deserve. This I pledge to you, says Elida. So yeah.
Yeah, nice of her. That's nice of her.
That's
Maybe
extremely.
No.
Of course,
Maybe she's
yeah.
turned over a new leaf, maybe.
Yeah, I think she is. I mean, she wants.
Man, the shit. God, what a dumbass. Fuck. It's just thinking back at all the damage Elida does. It's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So she does more damage. Going forward.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes.
The amount of the collateral damage goes through the rest of the freaking series.
How long does this
Next
whole
book.
how long is this whole White Tower rebellion or split?
It's a while.
A while.
It's gonna be a while.
I think it wraps up in what, the second to last book? Towers
Yeah,
of Midnight?
it takes a while. Yeah.
Second or third to last. One of the.
And it's really honestly, it's like it does drag out a little bit. To be fair,
I think
why is it
the best?
Why is it drag?
It's also the best conclusion. It's one of the best story arcs.
Think of Aes Sedai politics.
Yeah, because you got a bunch of women trying to do shit.
So you got all these women that think they're right.
Yes, that is basic. Steve basically crushes it.
You have all these women that think they're right. They won't agree. They're catty. There's infighting. When they promote somebody to power, they try to use that person. Then you have Elida, who's just stupid and power hungry, being manipulated and not even knowing it. And then when she does figure it out that she's being manipulated, she still fucks up. Like it's just a bunch of women refusing to believe that anybody could be correct except themselves.
Yeah, that's right. But it does. But so that's true. But it remains to this day one of my favorite arcs of the entire series. Like,
eventually,
it's wrapped up. It's beautiful.
Eventually, have you got to Saladar yet? No. Huh?
Yeah, he's in Saladar.
Some of the Saladar shit is
the
worst and some of the most interesting at the same
I
time.
love some of it. Some of it.
What did you think was interesting about Saladar?
I can't tell you. Can't tell you.
Yeah, right now you're right at the doorstep of Saladar. You're not
can't
even
tell you.
into it.
There's a bunch of shit that happens.
So they're going to be in Saladar for a while.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what sucks the most about Saladar?
The name
is
I almost said the same thing.
The 55th to 75th most important person in the world plotting to influence the world. And they do so much talking and so much planning that by the end of it, you're like, guys, Rand is going to make the decision anyway. You can putter on and have these discussions and make these plans as much as you want, but you don't get a vote.
It's this in Saladar, like, and it's a little bit of a spoiler, but like Saladar is also where Egwene earns a lot of her fans later and loses a ton right away because of the way she behaves.
Yeah, but it's good. It's true, but
Egwene gets treated like her dad owns the car dealership she works at.
She like so a lot of the ways, a lot of things she does in Saladar is infuriating, and it's just like fucking bitch.
But that's also one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why it's why I think it's one of the best arcs. Story.
Yeah, well, it's sort of strange.
All those things about that you learn about Egwene here. is like makes her the person that she has to be. To
Well,
do the
I think
things later on that she does do. Which
yeah,
is amazing.
I think it's I think it's one of those Saladars where Egwene fully buys in, and Nynaeve decides to
fully checks out.
check out.
Yeah, true.
So I think that's why Nynaeve earns a lot of fans from here forward, because Nynaeve is pretty much done with tower bullshit by the end of these. I think they're in Saladar till the end of Winter's Heart, I think.
Yeah, and from there
because Nynaeve straight up ditches their ass for good reason, because she's ride or die for her boy, Mr. Althor.
I was going to say that may be the most impressive thing about all of Nynaeve and Saladar. She has like 3 chapters. She does the 2 most impressive things and has the best moment. So it's like, wow.
Yep.
True.
I would say I would posit that Matt has the best moment down the track, but we'll get to there.
In Saladar?
Yep. I love that scene.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
That's the best moment in Salad Bar.
In Salad Bar?
I actually really like that name.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I seriously thought about that earlier today when I was listening to this book. I'm like, Salad Bar? What the
Salad Bar?
Salad Bar.
Welcome to Saladar.
That actually works so well as an analogy. Like, you're at the buffet or you're at the restaurant. You want to go over to the good stuff, but like you keep getting dragged back to the salad bar.
Yeah.
And none of it has a cough shield.
What moment am I missing here? I can't bring it up here. I don't want you to ruin it, but I'm trying to remember. Oh well.
There are several attempts to take something of Matt's that.
Oh, fuck those bitches! That's right. Got it. Okay, that's true.
That's right.
Oh boy.
Actually, he has a couple. Yeah. Let's just.
Was it? I do have.
Talk about future stuff.
Was the debate ever concretely answered whether which death was his death, Matt's death? Was it this or the tree? To fulfill that prophecy, his prophecy.
It had to have been the tree, because this one was reversed and not.
Because I know for a while there was some debate whether he died at the tree or not.
That's a good question. I've never had that debate. I've never thought about it, Steve.
There was. I know there was some debate a long time ago whether the tree was his actual death or whether it was the Balefire incident.
Except Hawkwing. Oh, yeah. Spoilers.
It wasn't. See, there you go. See, tree stuck. Wasn't the tree right? The debate begins.
I think it's the tree because of what I mean. There's a conversation that I'll try not to spoil, but there's a conversation that Matt has with Hawkwing later. Yeah.
Okay.
Where he sort of says something to Matt about that.
Well, I always thought it was the tree because he instantly has the memories when he wakes up. So that was the deal made, right? So the debate whether his heart stopped or not was sort of moot at that point. He died, got his memories as his price. As the price was his death, he got he survived, so he got the benefit.
Well, and Rand gets pissed off at him in these chapters here that we read, and talks about how he's the one that brought him back to life.
Twice.
Well, he CPR'd him, didn't he? Did he CPR him?
Something like that.
So that was also part of the debate whether he actually does give him CPR or he starts and he wakes up. So
I thought I remember him giving him CPR.
I think he does CPR him, but I think there I don't know. I forget the actual 100% wording of the scene.
Yeah.
So the best explanation that I've ever heard for why it's the tree is that since Balefire blows out the entire strand of the pattern, it wouldn't have counted because the events preceding the death
never happened.
Wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the best argument.
That's why I always looked at it like that.
So
it is a good question though, because he did die. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one of those. It's this is where you're getting into like a lot of the big time discussions that were like theories and shit that were happening when I was reading it back then. You got the Asmodean thing, you got the Matt's death. Half the eye. What's all that shit mean? Type deal. So you're getting into prophecy now.
I'm so pissed you guys got to Couladin without me. Or no, the Couladin was 4. Never mind, ignore me.
Nah, Couladin happened.
I don't know why I keep thinking Couladin is in 5, but no, Couladin's 4.
No,
he dies here.
Couladin's in the beginning of this. Yeah, it's right prior to this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bran just decides, fuck it, we're going for Raven right now. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. After Matt tries to escape and he keeps getting pulled back in. I try to leave and you keep pulling me back in with a whole regiment of badass motherfuckers. Oh, the band is born, baby.
Love the band.
What a fucking name, man.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
I've actually if I could ask Robert Jordan one question, it would be every other group in the Wheel of Time, if it's all one gender, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
But the Band of the Red Hand seems to be the one exemption to that. Was that an intentional choice that
Wait, doesn't he have a few female Red Arms? I thought he had a few females in there. No?
I don't think so, man.
I'm thinking of something different. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I'm thinking of Runners. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Windrunners. My bad. Sorry.
You're good.
My bad.
So my question to him would be,
why does it function?
Because they love the ladies. That's why.
What's it function?
Excellent answers, but it was going to basically be is your theory of gender complementarianism accepting of a military band with a plan, such that like a group of women will never work, but a group of men up to a certain amount in a military set with a goal in mind cannot work?
Well, I would say that's accurate.
I would as well. But I would also argue that an all-male school, something like the Black Tower, could work in theory.
Could go pear-shaped. Well,
I was going to say could work in theory, but I think the counter-argument to that is yes, but the Black Tower wasn't really a school. It was a political entity shit.
Oh, it was yeah.
Good call, Steve. Nice catch. Good. way to pull me out that. Almost dropped some.
Careful.
Anyway, I think the
I wanted to let you cook, but careful.
But I also think though the Band of the Red Hand just fits Matt's personality and his own moral ethic of just he can't hurt women, so he can't take women into battle because it would mean they would die, and it just goes against his very nature to do so.
Yeah,
he's broken up when he kills what's her name in these chapters.
Yep.
Yeah, Melindra.
Yeah, Melindra. Thank you. Yeah, she's a dark friend, but it just tears him up.
She was hot too. Her on the page, she was a bit of a loss. I understand. Poor Matt.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
But that's what you get for dating crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but crazy. There's that scale. Crazy hot.
Right.
That's what it is.
I was going to say this was the very top of the.
Yes, it was the top
triangle,
and it ended that way too.
So Brian, what else? I feel like there's a lot to this one. After having wrapped it up, what are your main thoughts on it? Questions, concerns
on the book itself, on these final chapters.
On the book itself, I mean, a lot of times I get to the end of one of these books and went, "Oh, that's what he meant back in chapter 7. Wish I would have caught that."
It's I mean, I like that it's set up the next book, the final. So I liked we made Davram Bashir. Rand says, "Hey, any male channelers are welcome here," and all that. So I kind of like that. It's going in the story's going in a different direction. I felt like this book felt like it felt like it was repeating beats from the last book, from the last couple books and stuff. So
wait, that's the Great Hunt in Dragon Reborn. They're the same story. I think.
Yeah, right. They're the same book.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Devin Bashir is probably one of the
Prophet
most
of the
important
Dick.
characters. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Devin Bashir is probably one of the most important non-channeling, non-main characters in the series. So.
I know. Dane says he's one of the great captains. I believe he's one of the 5 or 6 one of the 5 great captains or something. So, yeah, I can't wait to see more of him and everything.
And still did more damage to the story than just about anybody else. Just had to have that kid. Just couldn't keep it in his pants.
Couldn't keep it in his pants. He's so right, Alex. He's so right. Stupid Falcon.
So, Alex, I know you missed it, but what are your thoughts on Asmodean's death?
Don't tell him who.
I feel like this is one of those things that unless you were reading it live at the time, you don't understand the significance of that question.
Because his answer is bullshit.
Oh,
okay. Sorry.
I don't disagree. Yes, Asmodean's death was something that splintered the fan base for probably 12 years.
The whole
10
till Sanderson dropped that one line.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you saying, Steve, that he retconned the killer?
No, I think he fully thought he retconned something else, but not that.
Not Sanderson. I'm talking about
RJ.
No. I think he thought it was like completely obvious. I mean, I don't know why, but like, I mean, he's on record.
I think what happened.
He retconned that other thing we were talking about. He retconned involving a other guy, but
that's true.
I think he fully thought I feel like I read an interview where he was genuinely surprised that there was a debate over it, and he thought it was completely obvious. And it's like, and then you find out, and it's like, fuck off. No way.
I'm waiting for Dane to wake up 13 years from now and have a eureka moment.
No,
be like, right here, chapter 37, Fires of Heaven. There it is.
I don't know. Well, there were more debates about it. I was always I don't know. I was always a pro Lanfear person. So
I was as well. But no, I mean,
see, so, I knew there was a reason I liked you.
So you were saying Lanfear, you thought Lanfear killed him?
Yes, 100%.
After she'd already been.
She went through the doorway. There's no reason to think that she's dead in a doorway.
Okay.
Yeah, that was. Where did we know where she went? Right. We know exactly where she went. She just has no exit, at least not by normal means. Yeah, she's in a place where they give wishes out. Like, I mean,
she's in a place where they suck magic from people.
Well, that's true too, but
it's not going to be a good time.
Lanfear is a conniving enough bitch to get out of anything. Was always my understanding. But
yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Brian, to answer your question, I thought it was good in a way because it was basically, all right, Rand, buddy, it's go time. You know, you're now the top dog as far as magical knowledge on this side of the light. You are as or more impressive than Taim or Logain. And time to get out of the classroom and start doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really liked his discussions with him. I was disappointed. I was just disappointed that they had to kill him and all that. Because I was looking forward to, and I know we talked about this earlier, but I really wanted to see a real. I was looking forward to either him betraying him or being redeemed.
So
I was
okay.
really interested. I was
There's-
really interested in where that was going. But I guess with the death, and I know Steve brought this up, I guess it kind of confirms that he was on a path to redemption, and they offed him for that reason.
Well, I think, and not even so much redemption. From things he said, you can tell that he's starting to believe Rand might win. Now, I don't think that's going to redeem him, but now he can maybe live. Right now, he's a dead man walking, and if Rand wins, it's possible that he can still live.
Yeah.
If Rand loses, he's dead. I mean,
So
so
there's a tendency to fail to realize what a fucking despicable monster Asmodean is.
Yeah, because he doesn't come across that way from what we see. Yeah.
Yeah. So like just to put some perspective in it for you, Asmodean once got a bad review from a musical critic in a city. And like 4 years later, when he was leading parts of the Shadows army, they destroyed everybody in the city, just massacred everybody in the city because he was unhappy that he got a bad review from one of his shows. Like Asmodean is just the fucking worst. And I think Steve is correct. Asmodean's out for Asmodean, and he's he knows if the Shadow wins, he's dead for helping Rand, and so his hope is that if Rand wins, he's all right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, that's a good point. But I'd like to think that he would do so. I mean, he would sacrifice. It would lead him to possibly potentially sacrificing himself, obviously for his own interest, because the Shadow will put you through a fate worse than death, take you away to Shale Ghul. We're only you can only imagine. One thing I do like about this series and Robert Jordan is that when he does leave stuff up to the imagination, it's effective. The problem is, I wish he did that more with roofs and dresses and stuff. I would that to the imagination. Less is more. But when he says something like a Murdraul carried a woman off, like especially when he talks about Jacob Carradin's family, and that's all he says. He doesn't go no because nobody knows what happens. It's effective. It gets under my skin. It's effective, and I like that.
There's some parts in Winter's Heart that are pretty brutal in that regard.
What did I miss? I'm sorry.
I called you an asshole, Steve.
Well, that's true. That's not up for debate. Like I don't.
He said Maximus sucks. He's the worst character.
You know who else sucks?
Yes.
Brigida. That bitch. We're so fucking about.
Or Podden Fane.
Wait, what happened in Winter's Heart? What happened in Winter's Heart? A lot of people don't like Winter's Heart, which
some of the implied behavior of the Fades is
pretty
traumatizing.
Yeah.
Or like Podden Fane when he's in that house with the one woman and her kid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just absolute.
I don't think I got there yet.
So real quick, just because I see Trip putting in the receipts in chat there. If I'm remembering correctly, the whole fan base was pissed off because the actual killer was revealed in the fucking glossary in the back of Towers of Midnight.
No, Graendal, I think, makes a throwaway comment in a conversation about it.
But it's confirmed 100% in the back in the glossary.
Yes. Yep.
So she may say some shit, but it says it in the back of one of the books in the glossary. When you look at that character, it says this character did this to that person, and it's is
it still there? Or was it taken out?
Hold on, let me go check the book.
Yeah, I was gonna you go check.
I think it's still there.
Because you gotta remind me not to check it then.
Yeah, don't check it. Read and find out.
Oh, yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah, Brad, I'm getting the impression you're hitting those glossaries hard.
I haven't hit I have not looked at the glossary for Fires of Heaven, so I don't know what was added or what was.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's in Towers of Midnight. It's right here in the glossary.
Oh, okay. Gotta remember not to look at it.
So this is what pissed. Like, I know when we were spending all this time coming up with our theories about how this person or that person could have done it.
What was it
in there too?
Yep.
Complete horse shit.
What was what was the theory? What was the main theory?
My theory? You want my?
I want your theory.
So Lanfear. So we it's not Lanfear, unfortunately.
I'll be right back, guys.
But there are certain events that happen later in the books that lend credence to that. Okay. Lanfear had the most motivation. She's the one that put him in place. She would know where he was going and why he would be there. And she had the means and the way to get there. That's it. All you have to say is that she got pissed off. She jumped. Her and Moraine are doing whatever they want. They're fighting in the gateway. The Finns separate them, say "fuck off." You're in our world now. And Lanfear says, "I'm going to kill that motherfucking Asmodean," and he sends him off to kill Asmodean. It could have been as simple as that, right? Like there's all kinds of things. We have no idea how we have some idea how the Finns work, but all you have to do is if you say something worded badly in their realm, wish granted. So if she just was pissed off, as she is a hothead, and wished to go kill Asmodean because he's betrayed her and all that shit. All of a sudden, the gateway opens and out goes Lanfear, and oh my god, he opens the door and goes, "Oh my god, you!" Right, and plus his reaction, you doesn't lend to the person for me that the life drains from his face before he gets balefired.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was.
So like the only person to me that we've seen gets that sort of reaction from Asmodean was Lanfear. He was utterly afraid of her.
But see, I think he would have had. So my theory is different. If we keep saying who we thought it was and then it wasn't, he's gonna be able to work it out based on a process of elimination. So I don't know what to say. I won't tell you what my theory was, but I think it was. I think when.
So, but that's late. That's in the book that I'm pretty sure we know what happened in this book, which is the same book that they announced who happened. So I think you're right, but I'm talking. You got to remember, I started reading these books weren't out. We're just theory crafting from 6 or from 5 on, right? So,
I thought did the person that remind me if I'm wrong, but the gateway that appeared when he was killed, was it just a normal gateway?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What was it?
I don't remember if it was a gateway. When opened the door and he got yeeted.
Didn't someone just turn up? I think someone turned up in some kind of a portal, some description that was different.
I thought it was he just opened the door and walked into it.
Yeah, but then someone had just appeared there, that he didn't feel, right? So that's what which means that. Anyway, I thought it was someone. I didn't think it was Lanfear. I always thought that if it was Lanfear, that she would have made
open a small. Asmodean pulls open a small door, intending to find his way to the pantry. There should be some decent wine. One step, and he stopped, the blood draining from his face. The world still hung in the air when death took him. That's it. That's all we get.
Yeah, so he didn't feel nothing.
So reaction, he thinks Lanfear's gone, and then all of a sudden she's in front of him. Then she balefires him, and boop, no. That's why that was always the best. And it's
so you think he was balefired?
He was definitely balefire, right? I'm pretty sure he was balefire.
I don't think so. Because the Shatter Haran theory.
That's my theory.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Well, no, I want to hear that. So I guess it was assumption he was balefire because of the hanging in the air as he died thing. But, yeah. So I don't. Go ahead.
the Shadow Haran theory basically said, Shadow Haran
Troop
killed him, and
True powered him. Is that what you said?
Or true powered him, or just straight up killed him, and
rejected him.
The dark friend or the dark one just was mad at him, and he was serving penance for helping Rand, so he didn't get resurrected that way.
Well, Chris just said Balefire was confirmed later, but I don't know if that's. I don't remember if it was confirmed or not. So, the Shadowheart theory falls apart to me just for the whole thing that Shadowheart didn't really get FaceTime till the beginning of Lords of Chaos, so we don't.
That's what makes
it's better. It's better. Wait. So it is also better than the bullshit. I like Shadowheart better than the bullshit. But that was always the one for me. Just definitely Shadowheart could cause you to shit your fucking pants. We see it happen with this. There's a few other characters. So,
well, you read the prologue for the next book, yeah? Didn't you know, man?
The first part of it. So I read like the whole Demandred, and is everything okay?
What?
Is everything okay?
Yeah, dishes, man. She's busy.
Yeah. Lady V's just doing woman things.
I was like,
breaking dishes. No, I'm sorry.
I said earlier, I love that initial segment with Demandred and Shader Haran. It's just like it's funny seeing a Forsaken being bullied by a Murdral, but not just any Murdral. So I'm assuming it was the same Shader Haran or the same Murdral that threatened Jacob Carradine with killing his family and all that.
Mm-mm.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I don't know. That the Murdral that threatened Jacob Carradine.
In the beginning,
I guess that would lend credence to your theory, but I don't think that was Shadowheart.
I do. I always thought it was.
It was just a regular Murdral.
Was it?
No. Wait.
I mean Balsamon was still around at that point, right?
Yeah, he was still considered a tall Murdral, taller than usual Murdral.
Oh, yeah, then that was Shadowheart.
Then it was. If that's how it's described, shit, I missed that. I didn't realize that. Fuck, I didn't. So what? That's in what? Is that
Dragon Reborn? Yeah, the
I didn't
prologue.
well, fuck, man. So that gives a lot more
credence to it as well. Yeah, exactly.
It does. No, that's what. That lends a lot more credence when you put those two together. I didn't even realize that. That's fucking crazy. Fuck.
And I always assume Shader Haran usually deals with the Chosen, the Forsaken, and the Dark Friends usually. If one gets
Shader
punished,
Haran is basically
he's the voice of the Dark God.
He's basically the Dark One in form, but without his powers.
So what was interesting is he was present in the prologue, but also you hear in all capital letters, you hear the Dark One's voice himself. So
yeah.
So
oh no fucking shit. He's in the prologue. He talks to okay, so that's it. Yeah. No shit. Well, fuck me. I didn't realize that. Cool.
Good call.
So that makes the Shadowheart theory even better than the bullshit we got.
That's what it was. Then I think he died. I think RJ died, and then I think they just made shit up. That's what I.
Well, apparently, well, I mean, Tripp said from the interview that he said it. So.
So, but yeah, one thing we didn't really. I mean, we kind of talked about in passing, but I just loved how. I was completely taken by storm when Lanfear just attacked and everything. I was just like, what? I was like, why is she attacking? Oh, because Hadnan Kadir thought he would keep himself alive by telling her everything. And let's just say he made a mistake that turned him inside out. Literally.
Yeah. Lanfear does not believe in don't shoot the messenger. Lanfear fucking howlitzed the messenger.
So I knew he wasn't going to last after he kills Essendra in that other chapter, which was that was another. If I wanted to say that, I mean that was a very dark. I was surprised how dark that I was actually surprised by that chapter.
Yeah, it was pretty dark.
So,
especially after, it was dark, man. Especially, it was a pretty cool little chapter, actually, isn't it? Like where they're
it was very Martin-esque, I'll say. It was
yeah. She's just like describing her trauma flat out. What's just happened to her? It's like she's destroyed her life.
What I loved about that was the reveal, and once again, this is a very Martin thing to do. Is at the end it reveals at the end of the chapter that he murdered his sister the exact same way, and I thought that was haunting. I got like goosebumps from listening to that. I was walking at 3 a.m. in Chicago, and it was dark. And just hearing that voice and just hearing Michael Kramer talking like that, it was haunting. So I mean, that was one thing I did enjoy. That's another thing to take away from this book that I did find very interesting and entertaining. And I was like, this guy's gonna die. This guy's gonna die. So I was hoping there'd be more Dark Fronts though in the Aiel though. That was one thing. I don't know if there's more Dark Friends.
Gotta wait for it.
If you find out.
If you want a Dark One Aiel, oh boy.
So wait, so Aiel are also, you got to remember, just like, I'm not sure that's exactly what it. I don't like. They're very oh god.
They're very honor driven.
Well, that and also just not patient isn't the word I'm looking for. They're very I don't know. When they commit to something, they commit to it. So like, it's one of those. If you're a Dark Friend Aiel, it's going to be hard to suss you out. So they're very good at just staying. Very very calculating. Very maybe not calculating, but
dedicated.
Dedicated. There you go. Dedicated. Yeah. That's the word. Dedicated. So
they will wait in the shadows as long as it's required of them, because that's the plan.
There you go. That's perfect. Thank you. I can't talk, so.
I'm here for you, brother.
So with the aftermath, Moraine pushing Lanfear into the portal, and then them then vanishing after that. So apparently in the following chapter, she leaves she leaves 2 letters with Rand. She leaves one addressed to him and one addressed to Tom Maryland. The Tom Maryland one I'm curious about. I'm assuming that's going to harken all the way back to the beginning of the Shadow Rising.
Nudie pics, man. It's just nudies.
Just nudie pics. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm assuming it has something. I'm assuming it has something to do with that red Aja that she promised to deliver to him or something. The ones that were responsible.
It's literally just nudes. It's just the nudie pics.
It's just the nudes. It's literally just the nudes.
It's just the nudes. It's just the nudes.
I love how he doesn't know whether to believe us or not.
No, I do not believe you at all. So, but I thought the first letter, and we read the letter. So is this stuff that Moraine finds out in the rings in Rhuidean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so she finds out that she's either Lanfear and her are gonna go, or that what was the other one? Lanfear is gonna take over.
Was it? Was it the rings? Rhuidean, or was it when she went through the doorway in?
I think it's
when she went through the doorway.
I thought it was because I thought. Well, it might have been
because I think it was in the Dragon Reborn when she went through the doorway. Mm-hmm. And she came out. Matt was there. She came popping out. What are you doing? Well, I had to get some questions. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the key for her and the timing of everything was that she found out that when she heard the news Morghese died, then she knew the end was the next day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's either Lanfear and Moraine dead, which is what happened. Yeah, Rand dead at Lanfear's hand was another possible outcome, and the other possible outcome is Rand is captured by Lanfear but taken over by Lews Therin.
Which is bad,
right? And that was if she didn't do anything, if I'm remembering that right.
Yeah, she didn't take her part. She didn't walk her path.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which is super bad because LTT is mad crazy. You're gonna another dragon mount in the middle of you're gonna have another dragon mount spring up in the middle of the world.
Right.
Like we're just gonna put a dragon mount next to every major city. You know,
Right.
Dragon Mount 2.
Randland has tits.
Yeah.
Camelin also has a penis mountain.
So I'm interested in. So this is another one. So basically, she doesn't bring up Elaida, but she tells him to be wary of Alviarin and Varen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming she sees something. She finds out something that she does. I'm not sure if she thinks it's possible or she's not sure. It's an uncertainty or something. Like with this whole thing.
Varen's obsessed with knowledge, right? So like, I don't even know that. So I don't even know that. I think her warning of Varen is just from observation, not so much from something she learned.
Nope. She
Right.
knows.
And that's
She knows from the Great Hunt.
Well, yeah, when she lied.
Yeah, that was she's always been very aware of Varen since then.
Yeah.
What did Varen do in the Great Hunt? In the Great Hunt,
figured out
She
that
just
Rand was the dragon.
Well, he also chased after the boys, and lied about it.
oh, so she never. So she never. Oh, so she never.
She's sus on her for that reason. Yeah, she's sus on her because she doesn't know whether she was telling an outright lie or whether she was.
Like we're going a little bit into this is something you could have sussed out, but there's very small little bits. But she lied. She remember when you're in the Great Hunt and the boys are by themselves, and then all of a sudden Varen shows up, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And she says something like, Moraine sent me to
which
help you out. Right? Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Moraine
So
never
Moraine's not. So Moraine's sus on her. She's like, was she lying, or she's probably thinking, or did she get the
Right.
impression?
Did she convince? Did she think that so she was able to lie? Like why did she say that? That's not actually what happened.
Or are the boys dumbasses who don't remember things? And
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
That too. So yeah,
Chris has this question right here. What did you think of the starting point of Dark Rand? Well, with him killing Raven, or him being hard or something?
His hardness on the way there, probably more so. Yeah, once when he decides he does. Is this the start of Darth Rand, boys? I think it is the start, really. That's fair. Oh no, it's
no.
really.
The next book is Darth Rand.
I was going to say Darth Rand emerges dramatically.
I think the end of this is the kind of the seed of it.
The seed, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
There may be some but
they're hinting that the possibility is there to happen.
Right.
Yeah, if it can be if it can be pushed. Yeah.
Right. Especially when like you have that scene where he's looking in the mirror in the middle of the fight with Ravine, and he all of a sudden sees LTT, and it's like, and he has a fucking wrestling match right there. It's
That's
you see the starts of this stuff, but I think it really starts getting hold next book, and then you have some events later that you're like, holy fucking shit.
The Lord of Chaos rule, baby.
Yeah. I gotta call
that.
Yeah. Now I gotta call this out from after Moraine dies, and Lan's leaving, and he and Rand are in discussion, and the last thing he says to Rand is, "We are alike in many ways, you and I. There is a darkness in us, darkness, pain, death. They radiate from us. If you ever love a woman, Rand, leave her and let her find another. It will be the best gift you can give her. Peace, favor, your sword, Tyshar Manetheren." What a fucking Chad statement that just fucking rips your heart right out, man.
Yeah. Turns out well for both of them, huh?
I just you know, and then Rand responds and says, "Taishar Malkier, the last embrace of the mother, welcome you homeland." You know, you just kind of like, good grief.
Well, that's because because he thinks Land's going to fight the Shadow till he's dead at that point, right?
So I forget if
he tells him all before that he's now bonded to another. So that whole thing. So he doesn't. Rand knows he's not going to go, but he's assuming at this point he's never going to see Lan again.
Yeah.
Right. So what was the plan if something happened to Moraine?
She transferred the bond automatically.
They raped Lan or graped Lan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I forget who is he supposed to be bonded to now.
Did they reveal that yet? I don't know. If they
nondescript green of
green that can handle him.
Yeah.
A green that
so
can
not Alana with Maxim and
she did not bond him to Maxim.
Has Alana done her thing yet?
I was just looking that up. Wait,
no, not yet.
Did Alana do the thing yet?
Nope.
No, that's right.
The whole reason for any importance she has in the series, has she done the thing? That's next.
Not yet.
That's next.
Not yet. That's next book.
Next book,
dude.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so no, I don't like to set expectations, but the Lord of Chaos is my favorite. There's a lot of stuff that happens.
There's a lot of good reasons to love this book.
It's one of those. If you, I don't want to say this. If you don't find some of it interesting, I don't know that you should even keep going.
You cannot be friends with Prophet if you don't like that book.
Well, no, that's fine. I'm just saying it might not be for you. I just.
So what I'm going to say is, if you do not enjoy Lords of Chaos, grind through 7, 8, and 9. Skip 10.
Yep. Skip 10.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy 11, and then you're into the Sanderson books.
Yeah. Which are easier to read, let's be frank.
Yeah, we can recap. We can recap Crossroads for you real quick. No problem. Only
one
thing.
We can do a stream after.
Just read the end of the book.
We can do a stream and we can all just tell you how it works.
Yeah, we can just tell you. Weevils are main character in Crossroads. Weevils.
Elaine takes several baths.
Yes, lots of baths. Lots of baths. Which would be great for the show. Like,
I love how Eldan perked up. Right there.
No, it won't be great for the show. They won't show a damn thing.
Yeah, that's true. It would be great for the show, but
the one attractive person they have in the show, and they won't show a damn thing.
She'll just make more toilet wine.
Well, I don't understand why was that book written? Why was that book written?
So Winter's Heart and Crossroads were split. They were supposed to be one book. So they did sort of like a Feast of Crows type thing, and they took half the characters out of it. And so Winter's Heart got like Rand and Matt stuff, and Crossroads got Perrin and Aes Sedai shit.
Right. You read Crossroads, and then you rewind time and read Winter's Heart, and
So of all the conversations I wish I could have been on the wall for, I really wish I would have been there when Robert Jordan and Harriet dropped the 2,400 page Winter's Heart book on the desk of Tor Publishing, and Tor Publishing went, no.
Dude, have you guys seen that video of the one chick in Europe who took all the books from Wheel of Time, ripped all their covers off, and then rebound them in one binding?
I saw that.
It's like this freaking big. I can't even get my arms. It's huge, and it's like a fucking slinky when she opens up in the middle of the book.
That's nuts.
Sanderson is trying, man.
Right.
He's trying. He's trying.
Dude, Stormlight Archives will be
when it's done. Oh yeah,
good grief.
If he keeps writing secret fucking novels too, fuck.
Seriously.
If he writes another Words of Radiance, or more. What was the fourth one? God, I fucking hate that.
Fourth one, Rhythm of War.
But we're gonna just hope that was an anomaly. I'm gonna hope that it was an anomaly.
I gotta read it again, but that's not what we're here for.
promise
You
you
guys aren't helping me
don't.
out on that.
It's the crossroads of Twilight of Stormlight Archive.
It's not that bad, Alex.
I don't know that it's that bad. I don't know that it's
At
that
least the
bad.
plot moves.
I don't.
No,
I would not.
doesn't. At least
I
spend
wouldn't
the
say it's
entire-
worse. I don't know that I could call it worse, but I've only read it once. So, Crossroads was one of those for me. Everybody said if you're listening to it, it's much better.
It is much better listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Only because you hear Kate Redding's voice and know to skip the chapter.
Yeah, you can sleep through most of it. That's what I mean. If you put it on, if you don't set the trick is you don't set the sleep timer, and then you put it on when you go to sleep, and then you sleep through most of it, and you wake up and
two times
pick
speed,
it up,
yeah, you
and
pick
because
two
it's
times
just the
speed,
same
yeah.
events from someone else's perspective when you pick it up 3 hours later, so it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, 2 times speed it. Yeah, there you go.
This is all such a ringing endorsement for Brian to continue, right?
That's
I know, but it is,
Crossroads, man.
but after that, but you've got to do it because it's like without happy, there's no sad. So without slow, there's no.
Now, the good thing is it's not really a slog, though. As I think Pips has mentioned this, and I think some of you guys have also mentioned this too. When you're not having to wait years between books, it's not as bad as it was for.
I
for all
actually
you guys who
enjoyed
read it initially.
Yeah, Path of Daggers less so than Crown of Swords, but yeah, I
love
enjoyed
Crown of
both of them.
Swords as a book, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that whole X thing. The same thing happened to me. I hope it's real. I hope it's real. Check your chat. See if there's some chats in there, buddy.
Love Nine.
X is weird like that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty universal opinion, though. I mean, it's just like the one you can skip because that's it. No big deal.
Yeah.
I will say though, 11's a fucking bomber of a book, though. Oh man,
11 might be better than 6.
I think honestly, I'm looking forward to rereading that to see if I still think it's my favorite. It's just such a fucking killer book.
Dude, 11 starts with Galad laying it down and doesn't.
It's got the
let up.
best prologue. It's got the best prologue out of all of them. I reckon that is the best prologue.
I mean,
And
Eye of
there's
the World is
10.
the best prologue in the history of fiction, but like, other than that, like,
that I'm not sure, man. If we want to, I mean, we should do a video like ranking like all the prologues and go through it, right?
Ooh,
all the things
absolutely.
that make them, yeah.
I didn't like this prologue. I didn't like this book's prologue as much
This one?
as the
What was
first
this one?
3.
Blood Snow's the best one, right? I mean,
this one was a lot.
Blood Snow.
Fucker. And you wonder why I goaded you on during the watching of Avatar all the time. You piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what I do. What can I say?
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Dude, that Avatar show, like, it's one thing to make a bad show. It's another thing to like not even try to make a good show. Like,
they just
They're saving
Anyway.
that for season 2 of that show, but you know they want to rush through. They want to rush through all of Avatar and get to Korra. So you know,
Dude, they've done the Wheel of Time thing. They've signed up the next 2 seasons before this season was out. So that's always a bad sign, just quietly.
yeah, 2's already on board.
Like if you're not going to accept feedback, do you know what I mean? Like if you're going to like make your decisions before feedback comes in, then you've got a problem, I reckon.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. For real.
Brian,
All right.
is Brian frozen?
Yep. Anywho, probably time to get wrapping this boy up.
Yeah, I think we talked about everything. I mean, unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss, I think we pretty much covered
covered everything. That the week discussion about Land and Rand's conversation that had to have been talked about. So we got that check. We're good.
So, but yeah, so my prediction for the next book. Obviously, they're going to bring in Mads from Time. They're going to bring in. I'm assuming male channelers are going to be a thing in the next one. So the Black Tower is going to be a thing. I think the Aes Sedai thing is going to move forward. I think Rand's going to find himself captured based on those letters. The Aes Sedai stuff, I'm not sure where they're going to go with that and Nynaeve and all that. So
nowhere.
Moghedien, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Moghedien. I'm assuming she was captured, right, at the end. Like even though Nynaeve sent her back, she sent her back. She's pretty much captured.
She did say she'd see her in Solidar.
Yep, she's got it. She's captured.
Okay, so,
So I mean, they answered your question earlier about people actually being able to travel through Tel'aran'rhiod and transport to other places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she didn't start in Salad Bar.
Salad bar.
Salad bar. So.
No mushrooms, please.
no mushrooms.
Extra jalapenos.
You got the Thousand Islands on the salad bar. All right.
Take ranch.
Nynaeve is the ranch dressing of the salad bar.
The ranch dressing of the salad bar.
What's that make Egwene? The blue cheese?
With extra chunks.
Egwene is the kale of the salad bar.
She's the spicy Dijon. who puts mustard on their salad? That's. Sorry.
All righty, boys. I gotta wrap this one up.
Yeah.
So, anything you guys want to promote?
Well, if work doesn't fuck things up for me this week, we should be doing a fight scene autopsy on Wednesday.
Hopefully, I have. I hope. We'll see.
Okay.
I might have some problems of my own, so
I'll
talk to you offline. But hopefully, we'll see. Trying to get it resolved. Trying to resolve it, but we'll see. Could ruin my whole week, but we'll see. Hopefully.
March Madness on Friday, Steve and Nathan and Eldan. Actually, I think everybody is.
I ditto with that. So hopefully I can. I really hope I don't miss it, but hopefully, I can resolve my issues.
Hey, Trip! I actually did it without being prompted. Damn it!
Yay! Promoting things for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you to Trip and Lady B and everybody else. That should be a good time. That really popped off last year on Discord. So.
Okay, so you guys did this before. You guys did this for last year.
Yep. Oh yeah, they did. Yep.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
It was brutal.
It's gonna be brutal this time too.
More brutal.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I do think front runner is base it on your feet and then kneels for the rest of the season.
that one's gonna be tough to beat.
That's a front runner. That and arrow through the thigh, and those are both
arrow through the leg. It's gonna be a wagon.
Arrow through the leg and face it on your feet and kneeling for the rest of the season.
You guys realize if we actually end up with 4 seasons of this, each season we'll get a bracket. And we'll have to have this huge
So we had 256 terrible items this season.
Yep.
So I mean, even if a 4 season would be 1,024 terrible items at the current rate.
Right.
That'd be a year-long project.
It's like cutting your nuts off, right?
And eating them.
But yeah, and then I think rewatches are starting after March Madness. So
there you go.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
On the pain.
Nice. All right. For me, Thursday, another Thursday Chilporial with Feanor and Dread Roberts. So look forward to that. We'll probably be talking about Sweet Baby Inc. and Rings of Power and I don't know. I'll have to think of some other shit to talk about. So, but that'll be on Thursday. Still working on my 2001 retrospective, which I'm taking forever on. So I'll get that done eventually.
That's worth it, man. Yeah. You're moving on up.
And the next book club will be, well, you'll see the outro, you'll find out. So with that, I would just want to thank everybody for being here. And one thing I do love about about the Wheel of Time books is I love how it begins and ends with some poetry, with some words from fictional, songs and whatever. So I want to read this right here. And the glory of the light did shine upon him, and the peace of the light did he give men, binding nations to him, making one of many. Yet the shards of hearts did give wounds, and what was once did come again, in fire and in storm, splitting all in twain. For his peace was the peace of the sword, and the glory of the light did shine upon him. So, everybody, take care. Have a good night. Stay safe.
Tai Sharman, Etherin.
Thanks, boys.